Okay, so we are back for Star Wars. It is 2024, and we're up to session number 61, or the shorter version, Season 5, Episode 11, currently titled Lost.
Accurate, because I don't know what's going on.
So I shall start with introductions as usual, and because we have a patient person online, I'll start with Mark.
The first one for 2024. I'm playing Asgard, a heavy specialist Mandalorian ex-Death Watch member who also has been getting his flying skills a bit better over time, and is a bit of a nice guy.
So is that nice guy in quotes or nice guy friendly?
A nice guy with quote or non-quotations, depend on the situation. Is that a better answer?
Well, the version of nice guy in quotes means that from the Australianization version of things, you're nasty to people.
No, I'm probably am a nice guy because I've learned to communicate a bit better because I was really death watchy before, so yeah, didn't like to communicate a lot. Used to just do things. So.
Okay, so next person we have at the table is Kesley.
Hello, hello. I am playing Kiona Capeweir, Mandalorian martial arts tactician, cool person, somebody who was formerly in charge but now is trying to make her way back from being a bit disgraced.
Leader.
A bit disgraced, now trying to make up for it, and...
So we can go through all your specialization. You
I was
are
gonna
an
say,
initiate
I got
advocate. You're a tier 1 martial, a tier 3 martial artist, a tier 2 scoundrel, and a tier 3 tactician.
There we go.
So don't
that's right, we added
undersell
some
yourself.
More. Yeah, because we did all of that. So yeah, things are cool, I suppose, and she is doing her best to do what is right by being loyal to her family, loyal to the cause, and doing what she believes is correct in the way of doing things. Quote unquote.
Next at the table is Mike.
Hello, I play Brum Brum Crash from the Panorama Mountains of Naboo. I am a pod racer, I guess. Pod racing was a large part of my career, but mainly ship racing and pilot. I am... Where is that? It's
I can also switch to you up here. And
I am 2 meters, 22 centimeters tall, and I have a pink and purple mohawk.
And still second in driving compared to Ash.
Which reminds me, the first part of your present has arrived.
Yeah, I have specialised in shipbuilding and have rebuilt.
and mechanic.
And mechanic, and have rebuilt my ship.
And calls it the Cyborg Pegasus.
I think I've gone to the wrong place. I'm trying to get my player stats up. I've gone to the wrong place again, haven't
No,
I?
you haven't. You went to the right place. It just...
it just doesn't like the
It's
thingy.
because I haven't paid for a certificate.
They want money.
You have to constantly spend money.
We don't want to give it to them.
Because it's a lot of pain to keep a website registered.
Yeah, no, I understand.
So yeah, I'm a tier 3 mechanic and a tier 3 shipwright.
And for all those who are interested, he does have the interesting specs of his ship, notably the Gungan raciest frame, the Gungan speediest engine, the Gungan flashiest hull, and the Misa Jump hyperdrive.
Yep.
Does it have the Gungan, I'm going to die pretty early kind of medikit?
No, but I'm sure he can give you the I'm going to die seat.
Mm.
No. I've got my own ship. I don't have to worry about his ship. That's okay.
So yes, it does have a few interesting things on the character.
Mm.
Which then brings us to Ariadne.
I am Thea True Striker, otherwise known as Thea. Current trainer of Loth Cats, and leader of the Starwing Clan. I've still got to fix how you've spelt my character's name. It's currently distracting me quite a bit. Not only is Thea spelt with an E, but True Striker spelt with an I instead of a Y. But it's kind of like, it's got the same sort of feel as Skywalker, True Striker.
Yeah.
Why? Makes it cooler somehow.
You know me in names.
Mm.
I'm not
So
apologetic. I get things wrong all the time.
Ash thinks you're cool. That's all that counts.
Yeah, well, that counts for a lot. Together with the virtual compartment. Yes. So I think my specializations are very similar to Kayana's, but that's not surprising considering that we're Mandalorians, things like martial artists. I've added Navigator to try and help our flights be a little bit more successful, but yeah, that was the plan. The reality is we still end up in the middle of nowhere on occasion. That's me.
But amusingly, I have spelled your surname right on the sheet itself, just not on the heading above the sheet.
Yeah.
So 2 different spellings on the same sheet, so I sometimes get it right and sometimes get it wrong on the same page.
That's funny.
No, that's okay. I just got distracted by it for a second. I was like, wait,
Hey,
that's wrong.
You know me in spelling. It's not my strong point.
Oh,
Remembering
just for,
weird
just for,
facts. Go,
yeah,
Mark.
just for everyone who... so I was going to say that I have some more skills in astrogation now, so, and also I'm a better flyer too now, so as well. Also,
This is
I'm
good
very
news.
good at coercion and negotiation now too.
That is also good news. We need a little bit more coercion and negotiation. No
And
Khaled
my big
tonight?
gun gets bigger,
no
so
Khaled
it's a
tonight.
super big gun now.
And we will have a David popping in when he
At
is
some
available.
point. Yep.
And then I'll introduce him with the title I've given him.
Yes, we will go from there. Do we have? I gather you're doing a summary.
Office worker. Yeah.
I was going to see if anyone can remember what happened last session.
Nope.
Zarya does
Last
have notes.
session, I thought.
So
I
I've
can't
got
remember.
Kana working on additional training and bodyguard from her absence/holiday, and Captain Dom got in touch, and we ended up getting in touch with Boss Kaggle, and we ended up doing some work for him. Transporting death sticks to Elrood. So I think last point we were waiting on the smugglers strip in Elrood for a load of, or some sort of load to take back in the other direction to try and make the best money out of since we've spent the gasoline getting here and we've got to spend the gasoline going back, or fuel, for lack of a better word. Gosh, I've been Americanized just by you being in the group.
Wow.
Using the words like gasoline instead of petrol. Doesn't take long.
Correct way to say it.
Well, they are actually 2 complete different mixtures.
Either that or I'm a master infiltrator and I've already picked up your culture's terminology.
Just like the Borg, I've absorbed it into my own.
Yeah.
So, the thing that was...
Are we going to see a Kiana versus Ryu
Fail?
Thea fight kind of thing? Because I'm sitting in the background, have the popcorn and sharing it with Brooklyn. So.
No. Why would we fight? I'm trying to help her get back to being a leader.
They
No,
would
I
practice about how good they
The
actually
American
things
comment,
off
the
someone's
petrol and
head.
gasoline thing, I thought there was going to be a fight. I was watching the screen here and I'm going, oh, somebody got upped up about something there. I thought, oh, here we go. So, yeah.
Okay, so what was
That's
left
okay.
Don't need to
out?
fight when you have freedom.
What was left out was you had.
Oh, I was going to say, we also ended up, due to a late night call and possibly poor decision making from
very
Crash, we ended up with what looks like C-3PO and R2-D2,
Oh, yeah.
but
Okay.
from player knowledge could well be the evil versions based on the descriptions. And we're being paid an incredibly small amount to take them to their master, which I think we're just about to do, or we're waiting for the for the other goods to arrive, and I think we just offloaded our death sticks. Is
You
that
had offloaded
correct?
your death sticks at Elrood,
Yep.
and you did have the droids you had to go pick up.
Didn't know I could
We
ask.
negotiated an extra 500 to drop them at their master's ship.
So, which has its own problems because the master ship is in the Elrood city.
Yes. So that'll be. But we have a little ship on board that we can take.
Well,
We-
nobody knows my ship.
Yeah, that's it. Your ship. Yep.
This is not the ship that you're looking for.
So the issues you have with Elrood as a starport is they are the most stick to the rules people in the region, that it drives most outsiders nuts just how much they stick to the rules. If you so much have a grease smear where it's not supposed to have it, you end up with decontamination and cleaning before they'll let you leave. So taking a ship that hasn't actually gone through their with the no paperwork to show that it's actually gone through proper construction from a actual building place will mean that you might end up getting impounded until it goes through rigorous testing and training.
You know, if we have to hire a ship that falls in within the criteria of this planet, it may cost us more than what you're going to make to deliver these droids to where they're supposed to go. That said, it might be easier to hire like a land speed, like an enclosed type vehicle to take them into the city rather than to try and use a ship that hasn't been registered or taken through the proper processes.
Because it doesn't even have a proper Imperial registry on it because
Do-
you built it yourself.
Do we still have our land vehicle that we used
You
to
don't
have?
carry it with you all the time because
No.
it takes up space. If you
Yep,
carried
okay.
it with you, you would not be making money off this
Yeah,
run.
okay, yeah.
What's
alright,
the
so-
tourism industry like now? Can we get them on a
You're going to put them on public transport?
and we escort them on public transport?
Is that a knowledge roll, Martin, of some sort?
Well, I mean, US Marshals do that all the time.
You do know that there is
Yeah.
no public transport between Smuggler's Strip and the city. Getting out to the city is the hard part.
Yes, very true.
We could always redo it.
And I'm sure you could pay someone to either bring you a vehicle or borrow their vehicle.
Yeah. What do you mean? You can't just flick them into space and then hope they land where they're supposed to.
While they're thinking about this, and after we heard that what they want to do, can I have a look around where we are? Do I see any sort of viable vehicles that I could maybe negotiate, use one of my social skills
What about...
to actually see if we can hire it or something?
Okay, so tell someone what your perception is, and it will be a
We will
difficulty to 4 purple difficulty to do so. I'm going to go get myself a different drink.
I can get you a drink if you
I
like.
was going to do that because I
Okay.
needed to stand up.
Yep. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I've got a perception of 2, unfortunately. I'm not best.
Well,
But
I was also going to do the same thing.
I was gonna say,
because-
so you have two ranks in perception, and then what?
no, I've got 2 greens. Sorry,
only
no.
2 greens. Okay.
I've got 1 yellow and 2 green.
So at the point,
1 yellow,
Mark's
1
character was
green.
doing the check, so
Yeah.
he does.
I'm doing the check, guys. Yeah, so leave it with me.
before,
Yeah.
Other people get a chance to do so.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
He'll look,
All will
say
happen
he
is
can't
that-
find anything, and then somebody else will.
No, he'll look at it, see his gun in his hand, get more interested in the gun, and he'll probably ignore what he's trying to do.
Hey,
So,
Well, let's see what happens.
Before you see the result, you shouldn't decide the outcome.
from a role-playing perspective, though, knowing that smugglers strip and remembering that you said there's other smugglers there and all met out there by a smuggling person, my thought was to also be to ask the guy we just finished dealing with. So that's
So we can
where
do that
my,
after the roll.
yeah, that's
Yep.
where my role-playing thing was going to go.
But when someone asks for an actual thing, we should give them a chance to see how
Yeah.
it shows out.
Yeah, no.
So, Mark's
It's-
3 failures
Yep.
is an interesting roll. As I'll bring dice to the full center.
Would it be a skullduggery?
He was just doing a simple
Let's
perception check.
see.
It might be streetwise,
Streetwise.
or skullduggery.
Hey, get the bad roll out of the way for this year. So,
Well, you can actually click on the skill, and the skill tells you exactly what the skill does.
Oh,
so you
right,
can
okay.
tell me which skill you're doing
Yep.
and why. I've made it that easy for you.
yep, one second.
It's very
Uh,
nice.
It's to save me having to remember
No,
everything.
yeah. So go
to
this. So
So my perception, because of failures, I learned false information about the target.
It cuts
What I'm trying to look for.
on a phone. It cuts.
Yep.
Because
So,
I use
so-
perception.
So looking around, you see plenty of things that you think
Saw
are
some
quite
really-
suitable for transit.
Do you communicate any of that to me?
So how would you like
Oh.
to describe what you think is suitable, knowing as a player it's completely unsuitable?
Well, I see a. I'm thinking one has to be a very expensive limousines type kind of thing. None.
A Naboo
Um,
ship that's not
The other,
registered.
the other one's going to be a open back truck type kind of vehicle, which looks like it's going to break down at some stage or another. And the third one, because it looks awfully expensive, is this fancy sports car that I can't fit everyone in it kind of thing.
Okay, so
So three options, I
the
think.
first one is this really fancy looking limousine that is filled completely full of water. The second one is a 4-wheel drive with 3 wheels. And the last one is basically this sporty looking vehicle that is apparently missing the sporty part.
Yeah.
So currently sitting
And
on
I think all
stone.
three. Yeah, I think all three are perfect for our situation based on the roll.
If he mentions that to me, I'll put my hand on his shoulder and I'll say, just hold on for
That's
a
cute.
second. I think I have an idea here. And
I say that's why you're the smart one. Yeah.
I prefer leader rather than smart because I've made some bad decisions in my
Smart
time.
leader, top person, whatever you want to go with, I'm happy with. And I give you a pat on the back as well when I say that.
So I will see if I can. Has the fellow who we were dealing with, has he gone far?
He's not that far away. You can
I'll
reach
see if I
him.
can catch his attention and I'll go over to him.
Okay, so I will make it a.
I was gonna suggest either Leadership might not work, but negotiation at the very least, maybe.
I was going to suggest a streetwise check.
Oh, a
for you.
streetwise one.
As it's about vehicles specifically, that means you can
Okay,
you
yep.
get 1 green.
And
One yellow and 3 green.
Okay.
Because when it's to do with piloting and navigating a world,
Yep.
you actually get to use your intellect instead of cunning.
And what do I?
4 purple.
4 purple.
Same difficulty as that, because you're asking for something in a remote location where there's very little assistance. But I'll give you a blue dice because you've interacted with him previously.
Can I assist? Because I have 5 intellect.
Is your character jumping in the conversation?
You're welcome to come over with me, because actually, what I might do is, because he's the vehicles boy, I might
You would drag him along.
tap him on the elbow and ask him to come with me.
Yes.
You succumb.
Can I
Me second.
trade the blue for anything at this stage, or I got to roll it
At which
first?
point you would add a green dice for Mike's assistance with Boom Boom, because he
Yep.
adds the 5 instead of the 4.
4. Yep.
And that's basically the dice pool.
Yep. That's okay.
Which is not a bad dice pool. And you got the blue because you'd interacted with him in a positive
Positive way.
previously. Yeah.
Can that stand, even though it's?
You can re-roll that,
Yep.
so it didn't fall into the thing, which was to your advantage in the
Yep.
end.
Not can that, does that was what I meant to say.
Okay, so
There's a lot
that
there to sort through, isn't there?
those and that
turned
and
around.
that. Okay,
Not bad.
so with the
That's 3 successes and 1 threat.
Disadvantage, yeah.
a spread.
Or disadvantage, yeah.
Oh, threat is the correct
So,
word.
as it's streetwise, the benefit I can add with that is you can learn a false rumor that may interfere with what you are seeking.
Okay.
But with your successes, basically, talking to him, he's happy to negotiate with you to find a good price for getting your gear to the city.
Yep.
And with the number of successes you have in there, he's going to reduce the price by a certain amount. So it's like, yes, I'm happy to talk to you about some sort of vehicle to get to
Into the city.
into the city itself.
Yep.
The city of Elrood. Rood.
I think it is called Elrood City. It's not very imaginative.
No, it's even worse than that for the name. Okay, so the Alruden is the name of the city that added EN on the end of it
Elrood.
to represent the capital of the planet.
I like that.
But luckily for you, you don't have to go to Alruden or Lodos or because they're on completely different continents on the other side of the world. If you flew there, you would definitely get noticed.
Gotcha.
And by delivering to Alruden, and Smuggler's Strip is between Alruden and Dinbar, the 2 cities on the main continent, besides the city known as Randell Central, which all the mining personnel have as their
The scissors in the kitchen.
free home and accommodation. If you're a member of that corporation, they will provide you with everything you need in that city. Everywhere else, you have to pay for it yourself.
Yep.
But they look after their citizens in their own place, and crime is not a thing there because basically, if you're not a citizen of their company and you do commit crime, you're pretty much stuffed. So, yes, he says, "What sort of vehicle are you looking for? I've got many things available to me."
I'd like a enclosed people carrier for 6.
Plus
The droids. I'm counting the droids. Khalid will stay with the ship.
GM will
Ouch.
point out to player
Our 2
that
passengers.
you also have cargo. So if you get a people carrier for 6, there's no cargo.
Haven't we offloaded the cargo?
You're being paid to take it to the city.
Oh, so we're going to take the cargo to the city as well now that we've offloaded
That
it.
was the extra 500 credits.
Okay, I see. Yep. Alright, well, then a vehicle that would accommodate the cargo plus 6 people. Well, 6 passengers.
Yes.
People.
I have many things available for that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Only driven on Sundays by grandmothers, whatever grandmothers are.
I'm hoping that Sir Crash will be able to help us
Oh, the famous crash.
verify whether or not.
So famous he crashes twice.
Can with his new coercion and negotiation skills, can Ash loom somewhere in the background, not too threateningly, but enough that some of the exaggeration is dulled down to the...
Well, it is the meet GM doing the role-playing side of things
I
for the
see.
successful
Yes,
roll.
yes,
Otherwise,
yes.
it's just flat, no emotion. Here's
right,
the
yes,
result.
I see.
What's your negotiation?
No, Martin's saying this is just role-playing.
No, what's your negotiation?
Um,
I've got 3 green.
Well, he just we've already negotiated.
Oh, okay.
So Martin's just role-playing
Right.
out the results.
Because you got results, and he gave you the certain results of stuff, and also telling the player that, reminding them of what they needed to look for, instead of just saying, yes, you get what you asked for, not what you need.
Because I have the short-term memory problem, I'd forgotten we'd rolled already.
Yep.
So yes, I've got something that can be here. 5 hours. 5 hours, okay.
Does that sound reasonable to you?
Any faster than that, and you might have extra vehicles you don't want.
That'll be fine.
Yeah, no. 5 hours works then. That sounds good. We can get everything ready to transfer from our ship to the other. And maybe do some.
He makes call, get sorted out, make buyer pay.
That'll be you.
Well,
No, he's not. You're not the buyer.
Oh, the buyer. Okay.
He's saying buyer pay, the person who is buying the gear from you.
Yeah,
He's now
okay.
paying for the vehicle to get to them.
That's really nice. I thank you.
He's a big fan of Boom Boom Crash.
Does he have a name?
He did, whatever his name was last
session. Yeah, I haven't written it down. My notes started becoming
Francois.
Okay, apparently he's Francois now.
Francois. He's just become a Twi'lek.
He's a very special person.
Because
Francois.
the Twi'lek tend to talk with like a French accent.
That's right.
Is it Twi'lek?
It is Twi'lek, yes.
Francois is F-A-R-N.
All
Escargot.
good. We'll have it here soon. Can I interest you in a game of chance while we wait? I'm sure you have excess money you don't need.
But because he's in a good mood, and I am prepared to lose a little bit to him. What does gambling come under if you do gambling? Just out of curiosity. Do you roll for gambling, or do you just...
Gambling can be... deception can be used for gambling.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
You can also use equivalent of education. I'm sure could also be used as a
I'll
way
use
of doing
education.
stuff.
Yeah.
And for some games, computers can be used because understanding the technicality behind stuff is a good thing. Because like the computer game with the Wookiees on the Hollow thing, computers would work just as much as education because you got to know how to employ the tactics behind stuff, and some of that is a very technical side of things, like knowing theoretically how the game works, but not how to use the buttons.
I got 4 in
So,
education.
Makes sense.
and if you're rolling dice and stuff, it's more bluff and negotiation because
I've got
there's nothing else
3 yellow,
involved in it besides
2 green.
reading people.
But we might all end up in a...
So you'd basically
Like a
be
little
doing
poker
a
table
roll
type thing.
versus their perception to see how good you are at stuff.
what kind of money do I have?
Ash has told the boss that I need to look after the droids and our cargo so you guys can gamble. So.
I've got... I'll have to use a calculator.
Alright, I think I've got at least 2,000 that I can take from here.
And I wish you good luck as a bonus.
I've got
Oh, wow.
several thousand.
Yeah. Well, you see, we spent 95 grand, I think, on... We spent quite a bit of money on the goods that we've got. Was it 11,550 we spent?
I'm trying to look at my notes here.
Yep. Yeah, we spent 11,550. Yeah, so I think I've easily got
I've got 2.
two
Which reminds me,
grand
I
to
should
take
grab
from.
the related book because it has the table in what is necessary for smuggling.
Since we got 5 hours to pass, Miss Kayana, would you like to pass the time with a good-natured round of poker or two? What would it be called in Star Wars?
Space poker.
Sabak
Sabak.
is the official name of it.
And we'll join
just
Han
added space.
Solo in the great tradition of throwing our money away. Under the great tradition of Han Solo role-playing it, you could also use charm.
You can, yes.
I don't have that.
Do you have education, deception?
Gambling
no,
is
I
game
have
of
like I have
chance, and you
ranks
actually
and
have
stuff.
some.
I'll be okay.
And Mark, did you say Ash was gonna stay out? Cause
Yeah, Ash is going to just look after the droids and the cargo.
we got Carla to do
Sorry.
that. So if you wanted to be involved socially with the rest of the group,
I'm not a fan. Ash is not a fan of gambling because it's like he likes keeping his money.
yeah, no, I
So-
like keeping my money too. I'm doing this in the nature
But
of
if it's,
good
if it's gambling to
relations.
shoot people in the head, that's Ash's 100%. So, but if it's just normal dice gambling, he's only out gambling.
How
He's more into.
how is gambling? How can you shoot?
It,
I'm trying
it's
to figure
called
out.
it's called Twi'lek roulette. Okay,
Oh,
so,
I see. Yes,
yeah.
all right.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Okay.
It's and I'd just say it's a Death Watch thing. It's like it's a bit unique. It's
I get
it's
you.
it's good or bad. Extremely good or extremely bad.
We might keep you nearby though, since we do have Khalid with the ship and the droids, because we might need someone to back us up if things go awry. Hopefully they don't.
I bring over my heavy weapon and just go, good Jessica, the weapon. So I forgot what I originally called it, but I'm pulling Jessica now.
Jezebel, I thought.
So. Was it Bond? Sorry, thank you for reminding me. Thank you, Isabel.
Okay.
Jezebel, like
So they do have one gambling game in here about throwing dice, but I think it's more fun to roleplay it than just have it be a simple game of chance.
Well, I presume that's why you brought it up, so we could practice the role playing side of things.
So yes, he brings out what looks to be a old classic console of some sort. And as he starts booting it up, you hear really bad music and what
gonna
appears
be
to be a
your
bit of a
game.
light show.
Okay.
Control. You do all the simulations.
And you see what looks to be a very complex three-dimensional game appearing on there. That he starts to describe the rules to it. Most of you seem to blank out a little bit on it, but Broom Broom's going, "Hey, you remember some of this in the training simulations that you've done as part of racing? It's all about thinking in the fourth dimension." Because you need to know exactly where you're going to be at any given time in a game to plan what you're doing. Most games are positioning and thinking of where you are at the point of time you make your move, whereas this one's all about where you're going to be to make your move in advance. Much like dogfighting. You can't dogfight based on where people are, you have to
It's
dogfight
where
on
they're
where you
gonna be.
intend where they're going to be.
Yeah.
And from what you remember, it was a very hard game to play. you actually won it a few times.
And out here in the middle of nowhere, this guy's probably practiced it to the hilt.
You expect that smugglers who come here probably also play this game a lot because it's about sharp reflexes.
Does it have a name?
It doesn't really have a name because it's that old.
Can we have a name for it so I can
What
refer
would you
to
like
it
to
later?
call it?
You get to make it
Brum
up.
Brum
'cause-
gets to name it.
Yep.
Christ.
You've actually succeeded at it several times. Go on, call it something to do with Peter Brock.
So it's a flight simulator combat game.
Shit.
If he reverses the letters around like he usually does, it'll end up being something like Beater Proc, which is not a good name.
I was almost going to suggest aerial maneuvers, but space, but that's a long title, so it's aerial maneuvers.
Full throttle.
Hey, that's a
Did you
good one
say it's
too.
like
That'll do.
dogfighting?
Yeah.
Yeah, full throttle.
It's a good title.
Okay, so as you sit down to play it, you realise that this looks like it's been used fairly heavily, but it moves cleanly. It looks like it's been well maintained, even if it is old. Looks like it's using levels you've never seen before. Most of the stuff you do at the training course were relating to actual training courses. This one has you in an asteroid field going up against a number of opponents. Some of them simulated and some of them real.
Right.
So you get to do a piloting role.
Which sort of piloting?
Space piloting.
3 yellow, 1 green, 1 blue.
3 yellow, 1 green, 1 blue. And
So average, that one.
you are going up against a decent pilot.
Oh no. Oh no.
So let's see this. This is funny.
I know that wasn't
I'm
intentional.
Can I pretend to
Is
laugh as a
that
role
to be
player in the
rolled?
background?
Yeah.
Do you want me to roll it, or
I
do
think
you want
Mike's coming around.
to roll it yourself?
I shall try to move the camera a little bit so you've got a little more ease of access.
Jenga!
Yes!
Okay,
Not bad.
No whammies. Oh, God. That was all I cared about. I saw the 3 red dice and I'm like, oh shit. Ooh, oh darn. This is going to be bad.
It's already kind of bad.
Okay, so
But it wasn't worse.
in your match, he actually
Inbound.
outperformed you in flying. He came up with maneuvers you'd never seen done.
He's cheating.
So this is piloting planetary?
Space.
Space, okay. So
And
1 and 1.
from what you understand, that was actually quite a skillful pilot you went up against.
Do I recognise that too? Because
You do see the skill involved.
I will, as long as it's not considered offensive, pat him on the back, pat Frank Spire on the back. I'm like, that was nice. Not many people beat him.
So there's me tried lots of different things to do.
How do I get a copy of this? It looks like a good thing to play during downtime.
He can sell you one later.
Yep.
You'll just have to get a friend in city to build a unit because you need the unit.
Alright, so I'll have a go. I'll, because it's kind of more in fun, would 25 credits be okay?
He's happy to put wages in there.
Well, I presume when he asked, he wants a little
Oh,
bit
yeah.
of...
I don't know how much.
He played you without putting any money up
Oh,
because
you're-
he admires your
Your
piloting.
Oh, there we go.
So he got to fly against one of his favourite races.
There we go.
And I also presume that...
What is your dice pool?
like that.
It is. Yep, that is correct.
Yep.
That is your dice
Like,
pool.
I'm going to fail, but I presume this is for good relations, so I know I'm going to lose to him, and I'll lose a few times and chuck 100 credits his way.
It is always possible to win.
Oh no, it's not going to happen. Not with 2 advantages, 1 success against all of those threats.
That doesn't.
Can I, as a role play anything in the background, just overlook it?
Yes.
Going.
Watching it, you see him.
I think I might be able to take this.
Managed to shoot you down rather quickly, and he apologizes profusely for shooting you in the opening scene.
And I say, Francois, there's only one way to learn how to play a game you've never played before, and that's to start playing.
He said, lucky shot on his side.
No, skilled shot. Very skilled shot.
You see, he doesn't seem to be the sort to brag, so...
No, but what I'm doing is genuinely, sincerely complimenting him. He's a skilled player, but at the same time also, it's good to develop a contact on Elrood where if we do work for Kaggle, we might end up here again. So it's good to leave him with a positive experience as well.
While he's playing you, he does talk about how he flew during the Clone Wars.
Oh, wow.
And while he wasn't on any of the main front lines, because, hey, no one really wanted to employ Twi'leks, he did manage to fight on the Battle of Ryloth and do some damage to the Separatists.
I imagine mad respect.
Mad respect. But I also comment. I imagine the things that are going on now with Elrood's new management is something you probably find very interesting to
Reminds
observe.
him of the Separatists' view, and he's also heard that since he's been here, the Empire have enslaved his world. He has been off-world helping the Republic before it collapsed, and it ended up in the Elrood Sector during the time the Empire started.
Commiserations on the loss of your family and home. As you know, I'm Mandalorian.
He sort of shrugs and says he never really considered it home. Space was home for him. He loved flying. He just never felt at home unless he was in a cockpit.
But you fought for it, probably because you believed in it, and coming from Mandalore and not being able to go home myself anymore, I can empathise.
Well, he was retired from racing about 10 years ago because he won too many races.
Ah, I see. You have something in common with this one over here.
Once he heard how Brum Brum got pushed out of the circuit, he was sad because he believes it's because you didn't look human enough. Yes, the light did just come on. It is sunset.
Right.
At sunset, that light and this light turn on.
Yeah.
Automation is wonderful.
It's actually 10 minutes earlier than it's been last week, so...
It's because we're...
Seasons
changing.
Kayana, would you like to have a go against the prestigious skills of Francois?
Let me see.
Just for the fun of it?
Yeah.
Just because it's so laughable to see a couple of dice go against all that green and red. Imagine if you win.
I was going to say, I can clearly recognize a much higher skilled pilot than myself, but I would admit, I am curious. Would you be willing to do a game for
Just
for
to see
fun.
what you actually have.
Oh, yeah.
You actually have
one?
one extra dice than Ariadna did.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's why I said for
That's your dice
fun.
pool.
Do you want me to roll or you want to
I
lean
can do
over?
it.
You can do it? Cool. I'll just hand you your dice to try and make it easy.
While it's happening, I will tap Thay on the shoulder saying that I'll let go after this kind of thing. So.
Sure. I will give you kind of like a nod of approval, and that I like that you're getting involved, and that this is not always about gambling.
Is
It's
that a
about having a
ready?
reason to sit down and chat with people and
I didn't completely
get to know
No, I died
contact.
immediately.
Okay, so you know how Thea had this. She got shot early. He says he did not know it was possible to get shot in the loading screen.
New record for you.
And
He's not sure what
I
happened
hear you,
there.
David. So
I will
Yeah.
I will kind of see if I can kind of save a bit of face for Kiana, and I'm like, well, she's an especially nice person, and to people she respects, you know, she may have given you a little bit of a head start, and I give him a wink in the sense of, you know, this is just a good laugh.
Yes, and do you think he was actually quite shocked about winning in the loading screen?
That's what I'm telling you. It's like, hey, new record for you. What can I say? I'm giving.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so someone's going to roll.
Mark. Yeah.
Hey, we also have a David online who's going to introduce himself.
Hello.
Hello. Hi. I'm David.
Hello.
I play a character who doesn't exist yet in this universe.
They've already been described at your role. I've actually written it down so I would remember. You will be coming in as the public service transit worker because they wouldn't actually give you the title of driver.
Yes.
I thought it would just make you chuckle a little bit in the background.
Oh, that's perfectly fine. But hello, I am David. I play Feather, the wonderful and definitely not intimidating with black and red face paint. Zabrak. No, I am Feather. I play Feather, the tall, handsome, calm, quiet, controlled Zabrak, who is apparently a bus driver.
Though I do have, if you can see on it, a picture of your character that I just picked out that I thought looked intimidating enough to be nondescript
Off
as
the
a
cuff.
Zabrak.
Yep.
I'm sure you can find a better picture.
The character known as Feather isn't really intimidating in any way, shape, or form.
Just looks.
That was also the GM joking, saying it was the least intimidating picture I could find of a Zabrak.
Jeez. Well, true. Yeah.
Okay,
That's
so
funny.
now we get to see how our
Ash.
Ash goes up in this. That is the pile.
So 3 yellow, 3 green, please.
That has been added to the board.
You saw all of us 1 yellow, 1 green, and you're like, I can add a few more yellows and greens to this pile. Did you want to
That's
update
correct, yeah.
David as to where we're up to?
Oh, well, I was
or
going to bring him in a moment.
Has he been listening in on mute?
Oh, that looks good. Maybe.
Doesn't matter.
Can't see
My
that.
character will be there
There is
and
a
knows what he
despair
knows.
there, sorry. Ash?
I can't see the light of the green.
Sorry, the board has been moved around a bit, but there is 1 red despair on there.
So,
I don't care, I've got the-
what means there is you didn't succeed, you were defeated. You put up this major fight, and when you thought you were just about to win, he manages to hit you in such a way you did not believe possible.
Respect.
I go over and shake this Twillig's hand going, well played, sir.
He basically used your own attack against you.
I know, I was very impressed by that. I felt that I put up a better fight than Boom Boom Crash. That was the main thing I wanted to do. I've got to show who's the best pilot in this crew,
So
and I've proved my point.
when you compare to Brum Brum got shot down, in this version, you shot yourself down.
I did it in a way that made it look really cool. So.
There's no competition between these two, surely.
And then
No.
after you've been spending a few hours doing this, a big heavy vehicle rocks up, and out pops a Zabrak who's been hired to get you to the city with his heavy vehicle and licenses to try to get you through all the authority points.
So, hello. I've heard that somebody's looking to get somewhere and potentially wants to avoid any Imperial entanglements. Is there anything I can do to help? Too bad. I'm here to help anyway.
Yes, we have a cargo that we'd like to get into Elrood, and a couple of passengers.
So, you need cargo space?
Yes, that's what we organised for.
Well, no. Cargo road and cargo space.
I saw that going.
It's back. It's back.
Leia's going to take a moment while she lets that truly awful pun rest deep
I would
in
like
its
to
grave.
officially laugh in the background, giggle to myself. So, as an official role-playing aspect, I'm giggling.
And you see on his uniform it has the word feather.
As light as that.
Ticklish.
I'm not good at making puns off the cuff. I'll introduce myself as Kai to start with, because I don't know him from Boo right now. So yes, indeed, I believe Francois has organised for you to get our gear in.
Yes, I can get you in.
Alright, just show us where to load our cargo. We also have a couple of passengers we want to remain low key.
Heather looks at the door of the transport. That looks like it's just a bus with transport with a cargo area, and just looks at the very, very obvious place where everything needs to go, and looks back at you and just blinks a little bit.
Fair enough. I, as a player, did not know what your bus looked like.
A droid
Yeah,
rolls
look, I'm
up
going to be honest with you, as a player, I just wanted to make a really awkward situation.
Oh, fair enough.
A droid rolls up to you and starts beeping at you rather rudely. At the Zabrak feather. It's a white droid with blue stripes and markings, and an R2 unit, and it sounds rather rude.
Well, my little metal friend, my Donny mate, my Dondo, Bimbo, Dondo. Why are you so irritated? What can I do for you? I don't speak droid, but tell me, what can I do for
At
you?
which point you see a shiny gold droid shamble over towards you. Because they never move quickly, because why would they ever make a protocol droid
Yes. The move
smooth?
fast.
The less smooth it moves, the less intimidating it appears, as it's waving its arms around in a rather useless manner.
You with the shiny metal buff, what's the blue and white thing saying?
He says, "How rude!"
Yes.
That's his line. When he's not playing with sound bites.
Yeah. I walk up to the droids. Can I walk up to the droids and go, look, beggars can't be choosers. Just get into the transport, and then we can sort these things out later.
Ash, can you get those cloaks that we had on them? Make sure they're wearing them.
Yes, I said,
Thanks.
and in a intimidating manner, saying, just leave the lovely bus driver alone.
Hang on a second. You want to get into the city dressed like this?
No, we're going to put droid coverings on them. Actually,
Did nobody brief you? Did nobody tell you how you were getting in?
No. No.
Thanks
to our lovely pilot, the famous Broom Broom Crash, these were very unexpected passengers, for which we had no planning time whatsoever.
Hang on, wait. The droids are fine. I'm talking about you. You're going to go dressed like that? Were you not briefed at all?
Fill me in on the briefing.
Huh. Well, you see, I am taking you into the city.
Yes.
I am taking you into in my bus. I've been doing this for a very long time. I have a reputation to uphold. I can't just be seen transporting riffraff. That's suspicious. Here, I have clothes for you all. I thought this might be a thing. I just really expected somebody to brief you, but you're going to have to put the clothes on because there's a certain way that we're going to have to get in, and that's the only way that will work. But if the clothes...
Do I have enough knowledge of Elrood from my updated time to know whether or not I need to follow this advice?
Well, it depends on what permits he has.
Okay, alright. Considering that he's likely to have specialist knowledge... I will thank him. Thank you for being prepared. We weren't advised of anything but the fact that we should not have guns. I look at Ash, put it on the ship.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, come on.
Now.
And the armor.
Yeah, no, I would have. Yeah, we can't.
So I go to the
What
ship.
army are you talking about?
Sorry?
You're talking about Mandalorian armor?
Yeah, no,
Oh,
we're not
yeah.
wearing our Mandalorian armor because we know we can't wear the guns and the armor, but we didn't know we had to
Hang
wear.
on, he stops for a moment. Are you Mandalorians?
Yes.
So you have the shiny metal armor?
Yes.
Well,
And,
go and get it! You can't bring the guns, but get the armor. Put it on, and then put these other clothes on as well. Go! Hurry up,
On
we
top
need
of
to
the
go.
armor?
You do know that the news has gone out that wearing armor is enough to get detained at checkpoints.
No. Trust me. Look, you can go
I
without
want
the
to
armor if
roll
you
a
want,
perception or insight.
but it's going to help. You might have to drop the armor a little bit later, but it's going to help. But you see, no one really briefed you, but this isn't just a bus. This is a party bus.
Yeah, I presume.
Party goers.
I presume the
The
costumes are
shiny metal
ridiculous.
boy, he's perfect. We need to dress in exorbitant style and greatness. The lights will shine off the metal. The Bella feather, whatever they're called, the feathers and the bright shining light and the music. It'll be great. And the armor, they won't even know it's armor because there'll be so much lights going off. There'll be the music.
But you
I
don't
mean,
believe
we
it's
might
someone
pick up
else.
some people on the way through. It'll be great.
The armor?
Yeah.
No.
And then you might want to inform him of his cargo because, hey, the people aren't the only cargo.
Yeah, no. I presume. So I'm going to call Francois over at the moment because he's the one that organised this.
Yep.
And I'm like, Francois, did you let Feather know that the type of cargo he'll be transporting in?
Yes, I did say big boxes, so big, and you realise that half the box will be full of just the boxes. And
Yes.
if they go above the level of the window, people will probably actually notice, so you'll be sitting between the boxes.
So complication number one, Feather, is that Francois seems to have left out the fact that we're transporting cancer sticks, death sticks.
Cancer sticks works perfectly fine, he says.
Yep. And yeah. So there's
Well,
there's
hang on.
that.
How many can you spare?
No, the death sticks aren't negotiable. Our buyer is expecting them all. That's what you're being paid for.
Okay, I can work with that. You see, they're large boxes. How tall are they?
What size did you give them, Martin?
Oh, they're
3 units, 1 box. You don't actually say.
I
You
would
just...
basically say enough that one person can carry a box by themselves.
Yeah. Okay. So they're not more than a meter tall.
Fine. Are they boxes,
Yes.
or are they potentially a bar?
A what?
Bomb, he said.
A bar.
A
Oh.
bar.
You put the boxes in the vehicle, and then I have a number of lovely tablecloths. They're black. It's good for the stains. You know, all the alcohol
I
goes
see.
into them. You wash them. It's fun. We put the tablecloths over it. We make
Yes.
sure there's enough drinks to kill a small army.
No, that
And
works.
we play the music. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah.
You gotta realize if you try and hide these, you're not going to get through.
That
You need
works.
to be loud. We're going to hide in plain sight. And trust me, I'm very, very
What's
good.
happening?
And just so you know, there are 66 of these boxes.
Yes. Yeah. I was gonna say.
Well, I know an order about that, but I don't like to talk about it. That's absolutely fine. We'll make it work. We'll stack them in different places.
God, it
We'll
didn't
turn
hit
them
me
into
last time
decorations.
we negotiated this that we could
That was-
afford 66, and yeah, my brain did not make that connection back then. But I was having a bad day just
So,
from my
I'm
notes.
going to walk over to the cargo, start bringing boxes across already.
Yeah,
Because I feel we're okay.
I'm gonna start loading as well. On the advice that wearing the armor, I'm gonna ask Francois for a bit of advice about the armor.
He doesn't recommend wearing it in any of the civilized areas of Elrood because you'll be detained immediately, if not shot on sight.
Okay, so
This person doesn't know what they're talking about. It doesn't have to be armor, it's a costume. You're gaudy party goers, but if you want to leave it behind, Do what you got to do. The other clothes disguised as the costumes, they'll be there for you.
Imperials aren't discriminatory. I don't want to necessarily leave it behind. But because I got Khalid on the ship, I think I can safely leave it on the ship. So I'm going to leave my armour behind. I'll wear whatever ridiculous costume Feather's going to give me. I don't really care. I'm not worried by that side of things. I've got a job to do. I'll get it done. I am going to take my cats with me, my loth cats, because we might need the extra stealth and I might need the extra claws. And yeah, I'm going to load up the ship.
Besides, cats aren't really a weapon, as far as most laws are concerned.
Well, until I meet my cats, they're not. Yes.
I go to Khalid and just basically say, "You look after Isabel. If I find any damage on Isabel, we'll talk later."
He says you won't find it.
He'll probably clean her and make her all nice and shiny because he likes weapons.
Don't touch the gun. Just put it in a nice place and don't touch anything else on the gun.
Ash, stick it in your compartment.
Look, for an extra fee, I can probably smuggle the gun, but it's a bit risky.
Yeah, it's for you, David. It's the two-handed big trooper sidewinder thing that's very hard to hide. So I'm probably going to leave it here. So yeah, just for your reference anyway. So I'll put it into my thing. Look at Khalid about 5 times while I do it. Give him a kind of a look of do not mess with it, and then I'll finish the cargo.
Okay, so does anyone have visible tattoos now that you're done up as a fop?
No, but my arm's sticking out real nice.
Well, yes.
You're gonna need to
so
that up.
I'm gonna hope that I have like a Shaw capey thing. And I'm gonna have my arm like this. Not necessarily that I'm hiding my arm, but that
you could wear something long sleeves and a glove.
It is probably iconic if seen. The arm.
I have a Death Watch tattoo, if that helps.
You're off.
But it's on a. But it can be covered by a shirt.
So like I would have it covered by like a capey
I
thing.
will offer, just because of the danger of it, I will offer you my very nice leather gloves, just for the hand.
That would work. For the hand, I'll take one glove.
Yeah. As long as you don't lose my one glove, because if I end up with one glove...
Because then the other one will be in the belt. So
yeah,
it can be fancy,
that works.
So that I can...
That fits Feather's fop description. I'm sure he's very happy with that.
Do you also realise that Fat Flap is a challenge?
Yes.
Which would be fancy.
She's
that is precisely... Because, like, Kayana... as all these rules were being put into effect in Elrood, she took note of these rules.
So you also note that if you're the one who does the slap, they get to pick the jewel.
Correct.
So you'd rather they do the slap, and then you just pick the jewel.
Just provoke them. This is where you give them the glove and go slap me so I can jewel you.
You provoke them, and they're just like, we're gonna brawl.
Fists, I say.
Yeah, fisticuffs.
Fisticuffs at 4 a.m.
I demand satisfaction.
Yep, cool.
So dare I ask Feather what ridiculous costumes we're wearing? Or do we get to make our own up?
I believe you should make your own.
All right. You can make your own, and there are there's significant amounts of party paraphernalia within the vehicle. You can choose whatever you would like. However, imagine a cross between like cyberpunk and Hunger Games, the really foppish district, the main one, the capital.
Yeah.
So describe yourself.
I'm going to wear some Lothcat ears, a little Lothcat nose thing, and paws, and a tail. I'm going to basically be dressed up as a Lothcat to go with my 2 Lothcats.
Okay.
And I'm going to have a scarf.
Kayana will still be her serious self with the capey and the thing, and
he said ridiculous. I'm going ridiculous.
Somewhat getting into character, but the whole like nose in the air, hoity-toity kind of person.
So you'd almost look like a twin to Lando Calrissian.
Yes. Oh my god, I didn't even realize that's what I was describing. Yes.
I thought you'd appreciate the reference.
Yeah.
So how about Maya Kenti's Gungan? How does Top Gungan look?
Please don't say like Tom Cruise, because that's really an insult to the Gungan.
Well, I didn't add that
Yeah,
part.
because then he would lose like a foot.
Although, whatever the satire version one, that
Hot
Oh,
Shots.
yeah,
Hot
Hot
Shots,
Shots.
there you
Yeah,
go. That
that
would
looked like
work.
Charlie Sheen.
yeah.
No,
Maybe not a
Yeah,
compliment
let
either.
him have a say.
I will go dressed as Caesar Flickerman from Hunger Games.
Yes.
I had to Google. I was like,
So describe how it looks.
please hold. It has so still using my mohawk.
Mhm.
Wearing a kind of like the Joker with a purple and pink flashy.
So it matches the mohawk.
Yes.
It has complementing colours.
Yeah,
And then
and has a black cane with a
cool thing on it.
a cool Duvalaki handle. That's the word.
You know my cane that got broken?
Yeah.
I found a 3D printed version of that on eBay.
And so then
7
we
Up.
move over to Mark. Describe how your character's dressed.
So, as you can see, a latex leathery outfit as per the gift that I sent you on chat. But I wanted black to cover up my Deathwatch tattoo.
I was like, I bet it's gonna be something emo.
Oh, this is not emo. This is just freaky.
Actually.
Okay, so but it's basically I've got a tattoo that I've been put in
Just-
Deathwatch. That's my left pec, so I need to cover
Not
it with
showing
something
it on
dark.
the actual camera for obvious reasons.
Yeah, because it's very much a leather
No.
cat suit.
No,
right,
but
yeah.
it's
There-
pretty much
there's no
it's
kinking that
a
at
leather
all.
outfit kind of thing. Yeah, leather outfit that's all zipped up to the top. So
He's going dressed as Catwoman from Tim Burton's.
Can I change mine to a full-on furry costume?
Yep.
Because I don't want my face to be seen.
Yep.
That's a good one.
okay.
It's a literal cat
Catwoman?
suit.
Yeah, I like the Catwoman.
So the fur cat suit and the shiny cat suit.
Joke. Yeah, I like it. That's a good joke.
So you got a pair of cats on there.
Oh, no.
Obviously, one's been shaved.
My leather outfit's a bit too on the tight side as well. So yeah. Anyway.
Okay, so
enough
you
of
God,
that.
I love you for the visions you give me.
So what we're saying is Ash has a higher voice for the duration of the suit.
It's a good disguise.
It is a good disguise.
We are known in Elrood.
I don't know if I'm waiting for the nurse to pop through the door at the moment.
I was
Just go,
gonna
what the
say,
hell?
and like, Kyra would also probably do like some kind of
Face paint.
face
Yeah.
paint of some kind.
Or maybe like a little...
Something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we'd
Sunglasses.
Brew Crash, since he's supposed to be, is he doing that creepy Gungan smile as well? Like the big, like, because like Caesar Flickerman is known for his bright white smile. So. Creepy Gungan smile.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
So never can you predict when you go into a role-playing game what you're going to do. I dressed up as a lost cat today.
Yeah. Never know.
And hey, so you could also have, for the duration of your costume, have your teeth painted gold.
Oh, go on, get a grill.
You have the bling grin.
Sure, why not?
Oh, have diamond in one of them. Just so it's really trashy.
Sure.
That's really funny.
Can I also paint whiskers on next to my mouth? Kind of thing, make me look like a cat in some sort of way.
Sure. Not
Cool,
only
okay.
can you do that, you can actually have a face mask with whiskers on it.
Oh, that's even better.
So
Yeah,
you
a cat
literally
in the-
have two cats.
Yes.
Yep. There you go, cat.
Okay, so yes, you get on the party bus, and you realise this is not unusual for this bus.
I'm getting an idea from just being in Feather's presence for just the short time I have that this is not going to be unusual for any amount of time around him. Life sounds like it's going to be interesting.
Though, getting on board, you do recognise the symbol of the True Striker family on there.
Oh, I see. Yep.
So you're assuming that he may have something to do with your extended network.
Yeah, so he's a trusted person by the true
You
strikers.
know, you
Or he stole their
guys
bus.
are going to have to do some work, right?
Mhm.
Hey,
We've already loaded up all the cargo.
There's some people over there. We're going to have to do a little bit of work. Look, just go with it. Just go with it for the moment. But I'm going to activate party mode.
Sure. Do we
He presses a button.
the droid?
Things open up. Lights start flashing. There's lasers and incredibly loud music going absolutely nuts.
So
It is painfully loud and obnoxious.
So pause for a moment there, David. What was the question?
Do we need to disguise the droids, like change?
You have no
R2D2s?
idea if they're unknown at all.
I will ask R2D2 and hope that C3PO will translate.
C3PO answers saying most people cannot tell droids apart.
Okay, I'm sorry to hear that.
Let alone tell the difference between a protocol unit and an R2 unit.
Well then...
Feather pipes in and says, "No, you don't understand. He's gold. He's basically a disco ball. Put him in front of the lights and the lasers. It'll work perfectly.
I will do that, imagining C3PO going, "Oh, what are you doing?" And R2D2
Sorry guys, just give me
laughing
5 minutes. I'm just going to check in with one of
bubbles.
the supervisors.
All good. 3PO, the golden droid, asks for permission to power down while he sits in his spot. But apparently does not want to witness the festivities. Doesn't want it recorded permanently in his memory bank.
I kind of jokingly look towards R2D2 to just see whether or not he wants to punish C3PO or not. But then I kind of feel sorry and I'll give him permission if I'm the one who he's asking.
No, he seems to be asking you because you seem to be in charge.
I'll kind of look to R2D2. I'm like, I'm tempted to make him go through it, but you know, it's probably going to be easy on all of us if he powers down.
You understand from the beeps that what he doesn't see, he can't say.
That is a good point, my friend. Alright, so we will...
Which would explain a lot of the rare times he's powered down.
Yep, I absolutely get that.
Okay, so
if
yes.
droids could drink, I would give you a drink to help you get through
They
this.
drink lubricant.
Is there any lubricant on board?
Well, he says there's a full stock bar.
In which case, I'll offer R2D2 a lubricant.
He is more than happy
That sounds so creepy.
It does.
I don't think I ever want to say that phrase again. I think I'm going to go with droid refreshment.
I could go much worse, but I won't say it because I don't want to creep you out even further.
Don't do that to me. I've already visualizing Ash in latex. That's too tight. I don't need, like C3PO, I'd like to power down. Big burly Mandalorian in latex. That's what you want to see. Oh, at least you get to see the muscle definition.
At least it's like the Aquaman, well defined.
Yeah, that's at least nice.
Like cat out of water.
But being Mandalorian, they're more like family, brother, sister to me than an object of
Yeah, so yes, the
desire.
You know, you've got a couple of hours of travel before you get to pick up the first of the people that your feather bus driver needs to get.
Yeah, absolutely. There are extras and partygoers that are much more here to party.
Okay.
So because you got a 5-hour trip to the city, picking people up at the 4-hour mark means picking up on the outskirts of the city to go into the city, and people don't question that as much.
Yep.
Yeah. Also, in case you're wondering what sort of people we're picking up, if you're familiar with Disco Stew from The Simpsons, that's it. Multiple male and female versions of, and everything else in between versions of Disco Stew.
Okay, one of the first stops he makes is a place you're familiar with. It's a bar you went to ages ago full of clones.
Yep.
Oh,
And hey bro, as a bunch of clones get on board to party.
Disco Stew clones, though. Yeah.
Disco Stew.
At this stage, like, they're old enough, so it's just...
Monster party.
Yeah.
So it's like granddad dancing.
So we're going to throw in Pa Simpson as well, right? And
Yes.
someone from Futurama, I'm sure.
And people who never learnt to dance, showing their amazing dance skills of shuffle, shuffle, move, shuffle, shuffle, move. And happy to drink.
Yep. I'm sure. Yeah, with the full bar, I'm sure there's plenty of people who are willing to drink. I think.
So just briefly, Feather jumps on the microphone that he has. But let me just actually get on the microphone that's sitting in front of me while I'm on this bus. And it's right there. Yes, it is! You gotta understand that this is Disco's Juice Bloody Bus! And you gotta really understand that we're
I have one word for you.
What we really need to do is acknowledge the Disco God. He points at the C-3PO unit, and just this laser light show goes off. Oh yeah! Disco Funk!
Meanwhile,
And it just goes nuts.
I have one word for you, David. Committed. Absolutely committed.
Look, what I'll say is that if you're gonna have a bus driver with a bus, you may as well get a bus driver with a bus who has also driven party buses.
All I have to say is that, like you, the GM also loves irony.
Yes.
That's funny.
Okay, so he stops at the outskirts of the city at the first Imperial checkpoint. That they wave you over. You recognize one of the soldiers there because hey, they don't always wear their helmets at the checkpoints because this is one of the safest cities in the sector. He does the whole fist bump to you, and what do you say to him?
To Feather?
For David, what does he say to the...
Sorry, my apologies, say again.
The checkpoint trooper who's not wearing his helmet greets you, does a whole fist bump thing, and what do you say to him?
Oh, brother! Do you want to come on board? It'll be so much fun!
Nah, got another couple of hours of shift to go. I see you've got another party of lovelies to earn us more credits.
Oh, my brother, they pay so much. It's great. You sure you don't want to party?
I'd love to, but you know, Regs, I don't really want to get, you know, the black marks to my name.
No, that's fine. Man, I can't help but notice that there's so many places to hide buried alcohol out here. It'd be a shame if in that little pothole something was left behind. Something liquid in a bottle. Oh, brother, see you later! And then a bottle of some sort of alcohol just sitting in a pothole.
He waves your bus through with the whole...
Yeah. I usually mark it out with texter.
It says nothing to see here. Move along, move along. As she holds up the rest of the people while they sample the evidence that has been left behind. So there's nothing to see by the time the next person's let through.
This goes as my private medical information to the public. Which is
so yes, you have passed through the
first checkpoint.
Yep, checkpoint 1.
I'm sorry, I was trying to talk over the explanation of stuff because trying not to record it.
Sorry.
So yes, you managed to get into the city. You see it's a lot cleaner than when you were last here, but there's a lot less people on the streets. Most people are looking down as you pass. Very few people are looking up.
Oh, well, this is good. Even with all the dish of the bus and the, I'm guessing the pounding, vibrating mirrors and all the so on and so forth. They're not.
You can feel it inside your lungs.
Yeah, that's what my car feels like every time I get into it and I'm by myself.
You don't expect they're not noticing. You're expecting they're too afraid to notice.
Ah, I see. This is kind of saddening.
So it does look like an oppressed sort of people. No one wants to make eye contact.
I'm guessing this is a stark difference from the last time we were here.
Well, you did have communities who were supporting you and giving you food, drink, and
like accolades.
And now it looks as if people are afraid of the police. People will cross the road to get away from the police walking down the street.
Wow, I'm surprised that there's party buses allowed.
It's funny you say that. Whenever we come anywhere near cops, there just happens to be like a 6-pack of Duff beer, like, oh yeah, just suddenly fall off the back. Or, you know, a bottle of something or maybe not some death sticks, but like some slightly legal, slightly might be legal, but it's kind of illegal, but nobody caught me because I didn't have them anyway, form of substances that we all know that the police love.
So yes,
Donuts.
you notice that there seems to be more police along the route that you're going than on either side streets.
Dunkin' Donuts.
Interesting.
Apparently work that out.
Sprinkled donuts.
As the police presence increases, the civilian presence decreases.
Sorry, which increases?
More police, less civilians.
Yep.
And it's one of the quickest rides you've ever had to the starport from the outskirts of the city.
Because there's nobody in the middle there. So when you say police, is that now sector rangers or is this like
They all appear to be
stormtrooper?
Imperial military.
Okay.
Not necessarily stormtroopers.
Okay, but Imperial.
Imperial military, which is not the role they're supposed to have.
Thunderwalkers.
Yep.
Well, not stormtroopers.
So more the greenish grey
Yeah, those
suited
ones.
ones.
Yeah.
Who look like they're looking down at everyone all the time.
Yeah.
Or weather walkers.
Okay.
But hey, there are far more Imperial military troopers like this than there are stormtroopers.
Yeah.
Stormtroopers are the elite fighting unit, and if they're patrolling a street, you know that they're in major lockdown.
Yeah.
God, that GIF is troubling. Because it's just
It just plays.
constantly.
Well, to make you feel better, I will just go.
There we go.
Not that one. I have to do that one.
Yep.
There we go.
Much better.
Let's
Because
look
that
at.
was creepy.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, so yes, you make it to the start.
By the way, in case you're wondering what the Zabrak looks like right now,
I was gonna say, what costume, if any, are you wearing? Are you like Elvis or?
Ooh.
So what do you? How do you appear, David?
just look at the chat. Bring the chat back up, and also that GIF, but also the image I sent to chat.
Oh, yep. Sorry.
Duff man.
Duffman.
Oh,
And that was the party boss.
Yeah, I like it.
So if you can.
Yep.
It's pretty good.
Okay, so I will close that back down. So yes, you make it to the starport, and first time you see Elroodian officials at any sort of checkpoint. And while your bus driver is used to bribing his way through, he knows this is the one place that bribes don't matter.
Yeah.
So they do greet you as making you feel fantastic about saying welcome back, public service transit worker number 75.
75. That's a good number.
It's a number.
So Feather immediately stops playing up, like the music and the flashing lights continue, but he greets them formally and respectfully, and he provides whatever documentation he's supposed to provide.
Okay, only takes you about 20 minutes to get through the checkpoint after they fine check everything, do a spot check of your vehicle, give you a list of defects that you know aren't actually defects, but anything that's used or driven outside the city always ends up with a defect notice.
No matter what.
Yep.
No matter what.
Yeah.
Because it's almost impossible to do transit and not end up with some form of defect. Thank you.
There's always a bribe somewhere, somehow.
Yep.
And you know that's not them trying to be nasty, it's just that they do that for every vehicle that comes in that's left the clean roadways.
Yep. Feather looks at the fine and then gets back into the driver's seat, closes the door, jumps back on the microphone and says, "That's just the price of party."
Oh gosh.
I was gonna say this is where I'm fairly sure one of the martial artists could possibly try out their skills on like the dancer pole, right?
No.
Is that is that you volunteering?
No. That's just me making.
No, you guys are going to do your best to blend in with everybody else.
Exactly.
Okay, so most of the clones are getting off at the starport, going to the party transport that's taking them to somewhere else to party. It's the lunar shuttle. It's if anything more bedazzled than the bus you've just been on.
Yeah.
It makes the bus look like it's a plain candy sort of bus.
Yeah, as all of the revelers get off the bus, Feather looks to you all and just gestures for you to stay unseen and to not get anywhere near the exit. And he presses the big magic button, and everything goes from just to complete and utter devastating silence. All of the hatches shut back down, the lights turn off. It is very clear that the party bus has finished its party shift.
And then all of a sudden you hear in the background from Ash going, "Yeah, oh, okay."
And you see a couple of clones still doing the jig towards the party shuttle.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you make that noise, a random glass just flies at your head. Shut up, you idiot!
Can I do a? Hey, I get to do my check mark that I always wanted to do.
Which was that one?
I think it was coordinate.
You want to do a coordination check to try to catch it?
No, just to get out of the way of it, so I don't get hit. So I've got 6 green and 1 blue. I just want to say that I've rolled it once and I can live the rest of my days happy.
Sure.
I'd go for a reflex check.
Just giving David a basic roll at the moment because he hasn't actually got his sheet fully together.
Yep.
It's okay. I just want to say, I just really came the opportunity for me to dodge out of the way. It's a perfect opportunity. Oh, hang on.
Okay, so you ended up with 3 successes and 3 advantages. So technically, you could have caught the glass, but no, you dodged out of the way, watching it go past you and shatter against the back window.
Yeah, but I do it in a way. It's like I do a spinning Rooney kind of dance and then just sit back on the seat.
Okay, so yes, using the stripper pole, Ash does this fancy dancing move with much coordination, high leg kick, and a shimmy at the end. Does that sound about right, Mark?
Oh yeah, this is wonderful now. I'm
A
happy
different character of mine would be highly impressed. Kayana, on the other hand, is just like
Bitterly disgusted.
oh my god.
Now that all the doors are shut up and the idiot has sat down, Feather says, "Stay down, stay out of sight. Don't make a noise, don't make a movement. If any part was risky, it's now, so shut up and do what you're told."
And the bus starts to shake as the party shuttle takes off with fireworks. So it is flying literally through fireworks it's sending in front of it, all the way up into space. If anyone's going to pay for a transit to the sector's biggest party location, they're going to make it a show they'll never forget. The moon is the biggest nightlife in the sector, and only the rich can get there.
And
Or those who win
Feather.
special passes, because they do have their lucky draw for the civilians to get a chance to fly into space.
oh wow.
Though I'm sure they dump a lot of money in the chance to win.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, it's probably like the normal lottery, which is preying on the vulnerable and taking all their money.
And then showcasing those lucky winners so everyone else thinks, I can be that too.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's rigged.
Mm.
But yes, that takes off, leaving it rather quiet after it goes. Because even it was putting out a lot of sound as it left. More so than you're used to for ships leaving a spaceport. Elrood was one of those you had to power off lightly and leave. As previous pilot accidentally took off too hard, destroying a coffee cart.
I wonder who that was.
I don't know what... I have no memory of this.
Well, I'm not pointing at anyone in particular.
No. And no one's pointing at anyone else in particular.
It's funny.
But luckily for you, that person's not here flying a ship.
Yep.
So, yes. Next stop, you have the location of the transport you need to get your gear to, and a different one to get the droids to.
Okay. Is there one that's closer than the other? Or?
Basically, considering the droids may get attention, you might want to do that one last.
Okay.
Because we've already got a thing full of death sticks. So better to get rid of the death sticks.
Because the ship you're delivering the droids to is listed as a diplomatic vessel.
Yeah, let's get rid of the death sticks.
While they may have some exclusion around them to stop people investigating, delivering whole bunches of cargo, or not delivering bunches of cargo while dropping off there, may get you stopped.
Yeah.
While we're in quiet transit, I'll quietly...
Feather looks at you all and looks back at you and says, "What are you doing? Get changed into your normal clothes. They must be your workers."
That's kind of where I was just about to go. I will quietly start getting out the clothing.
He points at Kayana. "Yes, what they're doing. You all should do that. Whatever they're doing, do that. That's the smart one. The rest of you need to pay attention."
Okay, yeah.
So I believe you meant there. Who was getting changed?
Yeah. I was
Sorry, my apologies.
getting the clothes out and quietly getting changed because I figure
Less flashy at this point is
the
good.
seriousness of the situation means we need to be efficient.
So how much does Ash not want to get changed out of his tight-fitting
Ash is not the problem getting into the outfit, it's getting out of the outfit. It's the issue. So I'm trying to be as quiet as possible, trying to get a leather outfit off. I don't know. Never done it personally.
Squeak. Kayana will just
would it
unzip
take
it
for
so
me
you
to-
can get out.
What would it take for me to either have a pair of scissors or get R2-D2 to cut him out of that thing real fast?
R2-D2 happily pulls out the arc welder.
Yeah, no, we don't want to give him third-degree burns.
Yes, I'm about to say that's what I'll sound like.
No, Kayana will
No,
hear
what are you
this.
doing? Don't be silly. Grab the spray. It gets that off really easy. The spray is just above your head there.
I'll grab the spray.
Yeah.
It also includes a numbing effect, just so you don't feel like getting ripped off.
Ooh, that came off easy.
So you look at Ash with most of the suit off, and it looks red raw.
No, I'm not looking.
Yeah.
This is a colleague. I never want to know what any of my colleagues look like, particularly naked. I don't care if I see them naked, but I'm not paying attention.
All good.
Hey, I had boxer shorts on. That's okay.
Well, I didn't say
I'll do
the rest off in front of people.
Well, a part of it's respect and dignity, and another part is I don't need to see those sorts of things in my dreams.
Slash nightmares.
Dreams, nightmares,
They're all the
whatever.
same. This dude.
Hey.
That is not meant as a personal comment. It's meant as in a generalized comment of this is visions Thea does not need.
Sure, okay, move Thea to the back. You started this. I could have just left it go, but you had to get involved with it. Anyway, I'll get back into my workers' clothes. So,
I'm sure Kaya at some point will make some kind of gym bro comment to Ash about like, man, your delts are looking sad, dude. I'm
sad?
Sure, yeah, they're looking sad. I'm sure Ash and Kayana are gym buddies.
Yeah, I'm fairly sure Ash works out to the max.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, I've got I think I've got level 3.
You got 1 in athletics.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Yeah, but I
Which is
have
some people.
what's my hang on.
I probably got
What are my
0 in
talents?
athletics.
I have 2. That's why I'm. Yeah.
I have
That's how you
level
can
3 in
get away
burly
with it.
mud, so I've got to be burly. With that 68 packy, I don't know.
Yep, you got
I'm
Burley on there.
So yeah, because I have that for my heavy weapon, so it means I can carry more stuff.
He does have nice muscles, but he doesn't have much mass.
Yeah, that's why Kayana's commenting on how he needs to bulk up.
I finish putting my clothes on, I look over to you, give you a look of, yeah, nicely played, and then I just let it go.
So he looks a lot thinner than his armor makes him look normally.
Yeah.
That's what the armor's for, right? Is it possible to communicate with R2-D2? I'm presuming not. I just want to know how does one go about learning droid?
Basically, it's like any other language. You're around and communicate with them enough, you start to pick it up.
Okay, because that's something I think I want to invest in, because it seems like it might be a worthwhile skill.
You do understand most droids at a basic level, having been around droids for a while.
And I think there might be something in my downtime
And
as
you've got
well.
a few people who have speak basic, meaning that they actually can hold conversations with droids without knowing it.
Wouldn't it just be based off education?
Normally it is along those sort of lines there, but if you have to make a roll every time, that means you don't know it and you have to interpret it. Eventually you get to the point where you just know it.
Yeah,
When-
there are languages too. So.
When I learned Chewbacca's people.
My word can't do that.
Yeah, so I had to actively use downtime for it, and I think I've used a little bit of downtime to learn droid, because it is a useful skill to have.
You also have a little robot helper.
That's right,
And-
MT-70,
and expert
and
mechanic.
did I have a... It's MT-70,
That's right.
And an
because I've been working on his harness.
And Boom Boom Crash, I believe, speaks binary. That's the thing there. So he can also.
So we
converse
can,
with them quite
one
well.
of us can at least communicate with droids if we need to. Awesome.
Yeah.
It's just a thought I had that it would be a good source of information at times.
So the bonuses with speaks binaries, you can also convince them and tell them how to do tasks in a way that droids understand better, because they are generally linear in what you tell them to do. And learning how to use that to the advantage is what speaks binary does.
I see. Awesome.
Makes sense.
So yes, you can communicate with him. What do you want to ask?
Just trying to get a general idea of where we're going to be taking them. I don't want information I can't have. I just want information that will make sure we don't make any mistakes.
Okay, so he does give you the dock on the field.
Yep.
With a few beeps, and basically saying that as long as you park a certain distance away from the shuttle, no alarms will be sounded, and it gives you the exact stopping distance to not trigger the alarm.
Does Feather understand droid, or do I need to pass that information on to him?
I believe Feather will also understand droids with having the
Perfect.
basic work he's done. He's had to talk to a lot of them.
I don't want to tell him how to do his job, so I won't. All good. That's all I wanted to just make sure we're prepared for after we get off the death sticks. That
So Feather's been given a directions to one of the diplomat shuttles on the landing field. You don't normally drop people off here because, hey, diplomats generally don't need access to party. They are parties themselves.
yeah, that'll be interesting.
Well, very few people get to encroach on the diplomatic shuttles.
Yeah.
for that specific reason.
Yeah.
I've driven them quite a few times. It's a very interesting place.
And it has the signature of Alderaan with the painting on the side of it as well. What was that?
I see.
Yeah, you can turn it on.
Sorry.
I turned it off because it was
Yeah.
set up and I forgot to turn it back on again.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I'm starting to heat up.
So yes, you take the bus to the diplomatic shuttle, and you see that there are quite a few guardsmen outside the shuttle watching the grounds, making sure no one approaches it without authority. None of them are dressed as Elroodians. They have that look of what you'd probably say hardened training that most of the Alderaanian troopers do not have. So most of the Elroodian troopers do not have. They look like skilled professionals.
So is the objective to get past them or get to them? Or get onto the...
Get to them.
Wait. Hang on. Give me a moment. I wasn't expecting the Rhodians. Rhodians.
Not the Rhodians.
Elroodians?
Yeah, the Elroodians is the planet you're on.
Yeah.
The Alderaanians are the place you're going to.
Yeah.
Alderaanian diplomatic shuttle.
Yeah, so, like, center,
Are you saying Alderaanian, or they're Alderaanian guards?
Yeah,
Yes.
Alderaanian.
Alderaanian guards, yes.
Yes. So you said that they're just on duty, they look like they're doing their job?
Yeah, they look highly competent compared to some of the others you've seen.
But they'll be expecting us too.
As long as we are bringing the...
Yeah, we're...
the droids first.
So I presume if Feather contacts them as per R2-D2's details, we'll get access to the dock.
Wait. Just be careful with the droids. They're quite conspicuous for the person who knows what they're looking at.
Yes. I've been fearing that since the moment we took them on board.
R2-D2 did say, as long as you park a certain distance away, then we can walk them in.
Yes.
Yeah. Just make sure that they can see them. Try and hide them as much. I'm going to go talk to them. I'd rather no one got shot heading over them.
Okay, so as you head over, you see someone walk off the shuttle towards you. He's got a very splendid cloak flowing behind him. He looks well dressed, basically in cutting fashion that fits, and he's not gaudy, unlike most of your partygoers.
Yeah.
And he...
Thank God I've changed.
And he greets you warmly as if you're an old friend.
Yeah.
Feather or...
Feather, yes.
Yep.
And shakes your hand, and you recognize him as Senator Organa.
Val Organa?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Senator, it's so good to see you. I do believe that I have some cargo for you.
Yes, he had arranged for you to be the pickup for his friends.
Yes. I was doing some research, and there's a craft, an Alderaanian craft, and I was thinking about it, and just doing a bit of space Google the other day. The Tantiaran 5, the spaceship, it's an Alderaanian spaceship. Have you ever seen one before?
Yes, he it's not that old, he says.
Yeah, I know. I've been reading about it. They're a fantastic craft. It's something that really fascinates me. One day I hope to finally be able to pilot one. Anyway, would your friends over there mind if we brought some cargo over?
We are expecting 2 passengers.
Yes, yeah, we definitely have some passengers as well. Luckily, I picked them up. They weren't really wandering around in the right places, but we got them to join the right crew, and at this stage, they're just decorations as far as anyone else is concerned.
by this time I've powered up C-3PO. I'll be waiting for a signal to escort droids over.
Would you like them discreetly brought towards, or, you know?
No, it says
Just-
you should be able to just bring them over at this stage. The local security here are currently busy.
Okay, just so you're aware, there are a couple of other stragglers along there, and you may see them. Try not to have your friends panic.
Oh, they
I understand Alderaanians, very, very expert on defense and quick to act, the sort of thing that I'm saying.
But my guards are well seasoned, and they can deal with threats if they happen.
Being as though your guard, Senator Organa, I can't imagine there would be anything else. I will go and get them for you.
Okay, so yes, the Zabrak Feather arrives back at his boss.
Okay, right. So
Guys, where's the disco ball and the drink server? They're required. Come on, disco ball, let's go.
Because previous sessions, I was going to ask, given the opportunity to ask a question of the master that we're delivering.
Oh no, you could come. Just come with them. It's fine. There's no entanglements, imperial or otherwise, that we're going to come into as far as the Alderaanians are concerned.
Yep.
Apparently, the local the security forces are distracted. Quite convenient, but come. Let's go.
Yep. So I definitely want to go along
Yep.
because I had a specific question that I discussed with you.
The crates aren't for the Alderaanians.
No, we dropped the crates off.
Okay, sorry, my apologies.
He would have dropped them off earlier while everyone was busy watching the party ship. The other people would have rocked up and grabbed the crates at that point.
I think for the sake of expediency, Martin, skip that bit, possibly.
Well, there's also the point where everyone will be looking up and not down.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Which is part of the reason it was the pickup point for the crates.
Yeah.
And then no one really notices another ship being loaded with crates.
Mm.
Okay, so yes, you walk over and you're seeing the fancy dressed person before you. You do recognize him as Senator Organa because, to be honest,
He's fairly well known.
Who wouldn't know the senator?
he does actually look iconic.
Kind of wishing I was wearing my ceremonial gear, but
Because
understand
in
I
the
can't.
beginnings of the Empire, he was still fairly popular.
Mm.
He was
Senator iconic. His ass, it's chronic.
How long have you been waiting to say that one?
So long.
Okay, I was thinking I had an actual
Right up for
Bail him.
Organa.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's somewhere.
Oh, he's
He's
gotta
gotta
be.
He's gotta be somewhere.
The hard part is finding the right one that actually has it.
Yeah, which one is he in?
How are you dressed up again in costume? Aside from the grill.
Kind of,
Oh,
like
the Hunger Games.
Yes.
Now I remember.
Caesar flipping.
I'm just making notations.
Yeah, like a cyberpunk capital reveler.
Okay, so he does ooze charm, especially for Charmer 4.
Wow. Gonna say I've got like a charm
Wow.
on. What about you?
I don't usually go for the smooth heads, but man, that man is handsome.
I was gonna say it's more than iconic with that level of charm.
And
Like I told you, ass, that's chronic.
and he does have the neatly trimmed goatee. That's the closest
Yes.
I have to remind you.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
that's fair.
if anyone at this table does not
Sorry.
remember what Bail Organa looks like, they should probably be slapped.
I was gonna say I don't think they're allowed to play if they don't know what Bail Organa looks like.
Hey, I've had some people play who haven't watched Star Wars before.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
So yes,
Look, I wouldn't actually slap them.
he happily greets all of you.
I will introduce my colleagues and compliment him on his representation.
And he does thank you for returning his friends.
I have to give full credit for that to Sir Crash, who was astute enough. And this is where I'll be nice and say not recognise a bargain when he saw one, but recognise some droids in need when he heard them.
Misa has big heart.
and a shrunken wallet that needs filling. That
And in the background is a slight comment which may not be heard, and a big head kind of thing from Ash.
So he does greet you in Gungan.
Yep.
Oh. A language you haven't heard for a long time. Even your cousin only speaks basic. He doesn't like speaking Gungan. Which is part of the reason why you dislike him so much.
Misa say he a heathen.
Seems Belleron is fairly familiar with Gungan people. I wonder if it was a certain iconic Republic senator.
when there's an appropriate moment, I'll say, in fact, your droid companion R2D2 mentioned to me you might be able to help me with a problem. I have a droid companion who we've rescued from an outpost. He's a very old model though, and he needs a new harness. And I was told you might be able to put me in contact with someone who might be able to track one down.
If you can give me the part you're looking for, I do have some contacts who might be able to track it down for you.
I'm very thankful and very appreciative. Of course, I wouldn't have asked if I hadn't checked in with the droid first, but luckily the droid said that you wouldn't mind such a request.
Plus, my friend is quite good at tracking things down on his own, so
Yes.
he is, to me, an independent droid.
Yes.
And a friend.
I will pass on whatever details need to be passed on
What
for
did you
MT-70.
Just one moment, please.
All good, David. So yes, I will find out what I can and let you know. I've got some details from my friend of where I can have them delivered.
Thank you very much.
He says he knows a quiet way to get it to you.
Yes. Yeah. And of course I'll be more than prepared and happy to cover any expenses.
Well, he's happy to do it as you've returned his friends.
A donation perhaps to your representation then.
Well, he does give you a couple of charities in Elrood he supports.
Yep, I will donate in honour of him helping us.
Though he does mention that he had an aide that he killed a couple of years back. He's actually come to follow up on the investigations, but the Imperials have parked it as unnecessary. Because, well, they're not a big fan of his people.
Do I remember the aide?
It was the one that was killed by a certain Piper.
Yes. Yeah. That is a loss that I think I was actually on planet when that happened, and I was very saddened because I did very much support the causes that your aide was advocating for.
Yes, most of the Empire does not believe that all should be treated fairly.
Yes. Well, one of the reasons why we're more than happy to help if you ever need us. That you can get in contact with us by the usual routes and let us know if we can help at all.
If you have any queries, he gives you a HoloNet contact point. He says most things there should be fairly secure, but as always, watch wording because things can be misconstrued.
Well, I have some friends that I've worked with who helped me make sure that my terminology and my wording is concise when it comes to these kind of matters. But I won't mention Chandradil's name or anything like that because we don't mention names.
Okay, so is there anything anyone else would like to ask while he's there?
Misa says the rest of the moolah.
I'll make sure that it's in your account no matter who pays it.
And he does comment on your pod racing exploits back on Naboo.
You're just known everywhere, aren't you?
Well, he has a friend who told him all about it.
Ash is right about that head of yours. We've got to be careful. It's not going to fit on.
One day his head might be as big as
He
his
just says
ears.
it was such a shame that your final race was such a terrible write-off of your iconic vehicle that they could never enshrine it in the fame it deserved.
I say something now. I say it's a real shame, and I do it in a way that is sarcastic as well as honesty.
Sincere sarcasm. That's a tough one to pull off.
Hey,
I can give it a go.
Oh, I think you can more than give it a go, David. I think you could pull that one off.
Hey, I thought his comment was
Yeah.
perfect.
You know, that is, yeah, that's a real shame.
To be honest, I think actually you might need to work on it a little. I could tell.
Oh, all right. You know what? Let's go. Let's go a completely different way then, Ariana. Yeah, that's a real shame that you are absolutely useless. There was sarcasm and there was a sincere insult. That wasn't to you, Ariana, obviously.
No. I was joking, of course, and I presume you were joking back.
Yes.
Of course.
Good times.
It was an opportunity. Sometimes I see them and
Gotta take it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or is it a challenge?
No, just an opportunity.
So, an update for David on his character. You
Yes.
have been working with a group known as the True Strikers, who are basically helping smuggle goods and gear around the sector that are hard to get, such as food and blankets and medicines.
That why the droids...
Yes, it's very hard. We must always make sure that everyone has their blankies.
Well, there's so many people who don't get it because they're non-human.
Homeless and things like that.
No,
too.
just because they're non-human.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in some places, it is all that's keeping them alive. And officially, most people can't do much, but the Senator has been working with the True Striker Network to give them enough funds to keep that going.
That's one of the causes that we've been supporting.
You know, True Striker weirdos, I must tell you, when I was asked to do this jobs and work for you, I thought I was going to do something great and something brilliant. And now I'm smuggling death sticks. It's so much more fun than I expected it would be.
We've got to pay for those blankets somehow.
I don't care. We're smuggling death sticks. This is cool.
And
We smuggle more than death sticks.
you also find out from the people you sold them to, those death sticks are going to Imperial bureaucracy.
I'm kind of happy about
Oh
that.
yeah,
Such
of
a
course they are.
shame.
That's because that's who can afford
So
it.
that was actually something that that I was about to suggest. So I'm just going to take credit for that one because you see, you were told where to sell them. Who do you think organised the buyer? I just happen to know some people who really like to be on party buses and they enjoy going out, and it just so happens that they're a little bit silly and they go and do silly things, and maybe they're just terrible people doing terrible things. And so I thought, what better client to sell them to?
I've got some bombs we could... No, I'm not going to say that out loud. But
And they have
thinking...
and they have been enhanced slightly by Boss Kaggle to make it far more effective.
Oh, right. Yeah, nice.
Very good, Boss Kaggle. Very good.
Yep.
He knew where they were going.
More
and
addictive or more deadly?
more deadly.
Nice.
And you
Oh,
do
come on,
also
both.
remember
More
that he
addictive or
said
more deadly?
not
Yes.
to try any of it or to take
they have
anything
an
away from
asterisk
it.
next to
He had made that
death.
specific statement.
Yes.
Because normally death
Death
sticks are not
asterisks.
deadly, they just reduce your lifespan.
They're Death Star sticks.
Death Star sticks.
And they've just had a little Kaggle touch.
The this is good. I was going to say, I forgot, because we had R2D2 in the session, I wanted to wear that for part of the session.
Oh,
I was going to say.
that's okay.
I was going to say, if you get it down, I will put it on for you. Just so that I look ridiculous.
You mean the rolling rubbish bin?
Yeah, yeah.
The rolling rubbish bin and the disco ball. That's what they are.
There you go. Perfect.
I'm now going to roleplay R2D2, since
Bleak
we
blue.
handed him
Bleak,
over,
bleak blue.
and I no longer have to roleplay R2D2.
Okay. So yes, R2 does thank you, and wishes you well.
That's polite.
For
Yeah.
R2.
I'm kind of surprised.
Well, not
but
a single one of you were demeaning or insulting towards him,
I believe in
except for the
equal
Zabrak,
droid
who was
rights.
doing it tongue in cheek most of the time.
Hee.
He wasn't treating R2 differently.
Mm.
Most people
Yeah.
treat the droids as if
Different,
they're tools,
Mm.
and even the Zabrak didn't treat them like tools.
Mm.
Do you know they told me that the garbage bin and the disco ball have actually done incredible work? Well, I can't fight that.
Mm.
They've done more work than you have, so as far as I'm concerned, you're the droids.
Us, as in
The party.
Yeah, the party. Look, I don't consider
Yeah.
that. I don't consider that an insult. I think anyone who's a droid is actually a very effective member of the community.
Okay.
Alrighty.
So, you do get a message coming in,
Right.
saying that a contact from from your network on Elrood has received payment for the shipment. They will get it to you in a couple of weeks because of keeping
Money
keeping the
laundering.
money out of authorities' eyes. Elrood watches this like a hawk, so it's going to take him that long to get the money to you safely.
Makes sense.
And they're just picking up where the bit starts. And you've been given a contact at Randell Mining to meet up with, who has approached the network with an issue that they need help with.
Yep. I should be kind of familiar with how to get in contact with them.
Normally you show up to the building.
Yep.
Basically they're asking you to come to their building to talk, so it's less likely to be bugged.
Alrighty. We have places to go, people to meet, things to do.
And you find that you're being assigned your support for the mission from the network, as in Feather has been assigned to you to help you.
Sorry, guys.
we bring Feather along.
Basically, he's got the clearances to get you in and out of various places around the sector.
Yep. And as we're now on Elrood, a very dangerous place for us to be, we need the proper documentations and authorities, especially now seeing this, we need to get places.
Yeah.
So yes, you end up taking your party bus, although at this stage it's just a plain sort of bus. Most of the decals have faded into the background, as it is electronic in nature.
For some reason I'm kind of imagining something like the bus from Valerian. School bus, transport bus, and then suddenly armoured bus.
Look, all I'm saying is it's not the magic school bus, but it's kind of the magic school bus.
On a side note, guys, I'm right next to a gun club and I've got guns in the background. That's probably on mute for most of the time, so just so you know.
Yeah.
Basically, that's why you don't want to hear we're going through Elrood with all these guns firing. It's probably not a good thing. So.
Okay, so yes, you travel across town. This time you seem to be stopped every probably 2 or 3 blocks just for a license check.
Feather does his best to intercede wherever it's appropriate, and he knows that he could potentially help out. Otherwise, he just fades into not being Duffman.
Well, at this point along the way, you just show your license and that you're authorized to travel around the city because, hey, these guys are a stickler for the rules. And as long as you've got that bit of license, they just wave you through because, hey, everyone else would have to pay the fine for not actually having the license to take passengers.
Yes, and see, folks, out to our right here, you will see a boring, what looks to be an boring Imperial building, but the fact is that it contains so much history over the time. It's seen conflict, war, different changes. Out to our left here, you'll see a very handsome pair of patrolmen. They're brilliant at what they do. They're going to take my identification and they're going to continue on because they are so good at what they do. We are completely above board. Now, folks, let me just tell you the history of this particular street here, and the rolling tour continues.
Yeah. And you even hear him saying a disjointed version of your own history as he passes the former Sector Ranger office, which appears to have been torn down.
I kind of miss Betty, even though she kind of worked for the other side.
Yeah.
What's really important to take away is that there was this great metal man. You see, he evolved from something small and became something great. He went from battle droid to movie and TV star, only dwarfed by his dwarf of an idiot Jawa friend. The great B1337, the great remaker of self, he has inspired many across his time. And some say he's dead. Some say he was disassembled. Some say he potentially succumbed to his own vast amounts of radiation that was pouring from his very ruptured core.
Oh my god.
Others even say that potentially the people who travelled with him are now dead from cancer. All of the cancers that the radiation caused.
At
But
this
what we
point,
know is that the true history of B1337 is not the great deeds, is not him being so handsome, is not him being so brilliant as to remake himself in his own image.
it's him being done by an ionization blaster by
The
fire.
true marvel of B1337 is the piece of B1337 that we carry within all of this. Anyway, they also had some friends that hang around as well. They were idiots.
Oh my
So
God.
continuing along down the road,
Oh goodness. That's too funny.
All we know is he's called the Steak.
So, Randell Mining, is that where we're headed now?
Yep, that is
Right,
where you're
cool.
headed.
I was just trying to remember where we're up to. I was so encapsulated and entranced by this story of this droid's great fall from grace.
great fall. No, it was an ascension, not a fall. He ascended to the greatest and highest of honors,
This is
heroes of all,
Yep.
and a great brand deal. But what is important is that he carries. There's a piece of him carried in all of us as we defy expectations, as we dream as no man has dared to dream, because we do not take inspiration from any man. We take inspiration from the greatest of droids, B1337, and his band of idiots.
I just quietly murmur pieces actually in my compartment.
You say that,
Quietly.
but wasn't it you all who witnessed him replicate himself?
I consider
Are you seriously willing to
B1337
tell me?
a
Are
friend,
you willing to tell
a good
me
friend
that there are
lost.
no copies of B1337 just floating around in the electrical ether? Or perhaps he constructed another one of himself in secret
I think there's
and uploaded
definitely
his
replicas of
personality
him
to
floating
them.
around in
You
space.
are
But
not
let us move
an
on.
authority on B1337 because I know he lives.
And I'm not claiming to be an authority. I was happy
Just
to
his
call him a
henchman,
friend
I
at one
understand.
point. Can we do the mining stuff before I forget what we're doing?
Okay. So as you show up at the mining, you get told that there is a message waiting for you at reception.
Right.
And you see that the message is left with a small company called Gwen Dispatch.
Okay. Gwen, as in GW.
GWYNN.
Oh, Gwyn. It's always good to check spelling with you.
They also deal in starship supplies, astrogation coordinates, spacesuits, electronics, and other essentials for freighter captains. They have a...
Also, they have a line of B1337 merch available at b1337.com.au.
I'll take one t-shirt,
Funny
thank you.
That's what he was going to say about
That's it. I'm creating that website now, but give me a second.
Register it. Oh, well, now you gotta register it and have it redirect to your website.
And then use Redbubble to make the t-shirts.
There you go, done.
Okay, so yes.
The shirt says, I threw a piper a couple of times and made it come back again. Yeah.
Wait
Things
until
like
other
that.
people finish talking.
Sorry,
Supply-
no. Sorry.
No, I was saying that the Ariadne who was talking over you.
Sorry. I was trying to not lose track. Supplies for what?
Okay, so it has starship supplies,
Ah, right.
astrogation coordinates, spacesuits, electronics, and other essentials. They also have a bigger front at the starport, but apparently a lot of captains come by the Randell mining because they're the biggest supplier of jobs on the market.
So they supply a lot of stuff that's very useful in space.
Yes. And so they have a shop everywhere where they think freighter captains are going to frequent.
This sounds like possibly a good place to get supplies for our own ship too.
And while
And
you're
maybe
there,
yours.
And potentially some B1337 merch.
you
I
do-
already got a t-shirt.
and the t-shirt says B1 shot first.
Yeah. That's good, actually. That should go on the Redbubble site.
Okay, so you see in front of you, waiting for one of the serving staff are three grubby-looking spaces, because it refers to them as grubby-looking.
Grubby looking spaces.
Yes.
Okay.
And they seem to be talking about stuff. One of them's saying even the new Star Destroyer in orbit isn't going to stop the pirate attacks. The Empire's lost 3 cargo ships in the past week alone. There's a crafty fellow leading those pirates. I wonder if the Imperials are going to be able to stop him.
Hondo.
And they go, oh, there's no truth to that. There was one pirate attack, and the TIE fighters chased them off. That Star Destroyer is just on a stopover and is headed out to the rim.
So did you say that's a Star Destroyer
Yeah.
that's causing that they're building?
No, there's a Star Destroyer in orbit.
Right. Thanks. Sorry. Just having trouble hearing.
Hey, having a bit of feedback from one of the mics.
That'll be me, I think, sorry.
All good. So now I heard there were 2 attacks on the Empire, only lost 1 ship. And that's straight from a friend of mine who says he knows a pilot that was in the Imperial cargo fleet. And then there's another one chatting behind you saying, freight in the entire sector slow. The growing season on coin is over, nobody's buying electronics out of Terrinoth, and Darylyn's still being closed to most outsider ships isn't helpful much either.
So Freddy's slow. No one's buying parts out of Terrinoth?
Yeah. So Terrinoth is the knockoff capital of the sector, who will replicate just about anyone else's gear as their own, using cheaper labour and parts.
We spent some time there too.
So they're the ones who have made nearly all of the B1 merchandise. Because hey, local sweatshop is where you go. And then another one.
Plot twist, they're the ones creating a small army of B1 replicants.
And the one who was talking gets a reply. Yeah, I noticed that the Elrood customs have been really tight too. I mean, tighter than normal. Maybe it has something to do with those bombings at Randell mines, which you hadn't heard about until then. Then, after hearing all this discussion, you find yourself up the front of the counter, seeing a portly woman with brown hair. She hands a data pad to you and says, "You're new. I'll need you to fill out these forms. Do you have any need cargo?"
Do I know the answer to that based on the contact I've had with Randell?
Well, this is the dispatch who said you had a message here.
Right, so I'll say I'm expecting the message.
Oh, yes, Chandra said you might be here.
Yes.
She left a message for you.
Yes, please.
So she digs through a pile of boxes and miscellaneous things and asks you, how do you know Chandra?
Do I have a phrase I'm supposed to say?
It just seems to be having chat with you.
Oh, just chatting generally?
Yeah, so how long have you known Chandra?
Oh, a little while. I've been earning a few coin, doing some scouting for the mining people. It's just been a good way to get a little bit of income. Money's been a little bit tight. As you guys probably no doubt know, freight slowed down. There was those bombings. Have you heard much about those?
Oh, that's been terrible. It's been putting some of the mines out of business. Because, hey, if workers won't go there, you won't get any work done.
No. Do you know, I didn't hear where and when it happened. Did you happen to
Most of
pick
it's
that up?
hush-hush, just talking
Okay.
about how mines are being closed.
Yeah, I'm being very unsubtle about trying to get information.
And Randell's not being good at seeing where their mines are. Most people who transit there don't get to see where they're going. They just get let out at the mine.
Yeah, well,
Paid for discretion.
fair enough. That sounds good.
Mainly because most of their mining places are unknown to the Empire. And so she asks, what's your business on Kiorin?
Is that where we are right now?
I know you're on Elrood.
Do I recognise the name Kiorin?
Okay, that would be a education or outer rim roll.
Education,
I
I think
can-
is 4 green.
I can back you up if you want.
Does anyone have better than 4 green on
Please-
education?
please hold.
Well, technically
I
you
do.
have one.
Outer room is better.
I've got
Outer room's better for you.
three.
You
Is it?
have one yellow and 3 green.
I've
Okay.
got for education. I've got 3 yellow, 2 green.
Yeah, he beats me. I've only got 2 yellow, 2 green.
Because I'm lined up
I was gonna say you're the one talking though.
and I'm the one talking. It probably is my role, but if he's with me, do I get a little bit of advantage on that?
He can. I'll give you the extra dice.
An extra dice?
So how many yellow do you have?
3 yellow,
So-
2 green.
Would replace 2 of the green with yellow. That's basically because he's providing skill.
2 of the green with 2 yellow?
Yep.
Yep.
And you're going up against 3 purple.
Okay,
3
cool.
purple.
I just thought I'd say that before I had to go.
Alright, so is that the correct?
That's the
Yep.
dice pool.
Blank out of that yellow is not what I want to see, and that's 2 failures, isn't it?
It is.
But you're doing okay.
Those 2, yep. And then if I turn one of that
So
over to
basically
just a
that
success,
disappears and that becomes that.
one, yep.
So
You
you
got it.
succeed with a disadvantage.
What was it called again? That started with K. I think.
Okay, so
You have to have him say it again.
you know it is the Hunter's World, an infamous prop and tumble spaceport world.
Hunters as in bounty hunters, or hunters as in animal
You're not sure.
wranglers? Okay.
Basically, the threat or disadvantage is a vital piece of information is left out, such as what sort of hunters they are.
I'm gonna just say, the families
But it's
into.
known for its lawlessness and dangerous neighborhoods.
I do a little bit of work here and there as a bit of jack of all trades. I've done a bit of bounty hunting in my time, so, I was just gonna go up and meet with some buddies of mine and maybe see if I can get some work.
What was the planet called again?
I was called Keyorian.
That's a hard one to say.
Yeah, Kioria.
Keyorian is how my brain was able to say.
Sounds about right, yeah.
Okay, so while you're talking, she finally pulls out a disc and brings it over to you. It seems to be a hollow disc. She says, "My name's Gwen, and if you ever need to get cargo off-world, I'm the person to call."
Nice. Thank you very much, Gwyn. I will definitely keep that in mind. Can I review this disc
There are
somewhere private?
private rooms at the base of the tower that you're at, Randell mining.
Yep.
Because hey, people come for private things all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It only costs you a couple of credits to reserve the room.
Well, I will do that. Presume we can't all squish into the room. So-
You should be able to all squish in if you want to,
Okay.
because it is a meeting room.
Yeah, well, in that case, then I will invite party members to come in for a private party, but preferably without Disco Stew. Well, not Feather himself, just not the costume.
Oh. I didn't ask a question. I forgot to ask a question. Do we get to keep the costumes? I never asked that on the way.
I'm pretty sure you do. I'm pretty sure that Feather does not want your PVC catsuit
Yeah,
worn.
I don't think so.
I didn't ask for that.
Wrong.
Oh,
Feather
yeah.
isn't going to wear them again, but somebody else might. Put the clothes back where you found them. They're mine.
Sorry, Feather. I had a feeling that Feather would want to keep the outfit,
No,
but he wouldn't wear it himself.
That's fine.
Oh, he probably already has.
Yeah.
No, you
What
see, the thing is about that bodysuit is that you don't know how many awful, disgusting creatures have squeezed themselves into it. And the question that you have to ask is, did I wash it afterwards?
No. I don't need to ask that question. I know the answer to that.
Hang on. What's my... Hang on,
Anyway,
Okay.
what party are you going to? And what
Look,
kind of party is it?
I was using it as a metaphor for we're going into a private room to listen to the disc from Chandradel, who's our contact at Randell Mining, giving us a new mission/quest.
How sure are you that room is private?
Not 1000%, but considering it's owned by Randell Mining, fairly happy. Is there a version of check for traps? Like check for
Most
bugs?
of you have various tools to check. A lot
Yep.
of you have them in your armor,
Yep.
which you didn't bring with you.
Nope.
But
I'm presuming Feather's asking because Feather has a way to check.
No,
that's
I'm
fine.
actually asking because I assumed you'd have done your homework.
Well,
you know the reputation of this place.
I'm
that
going off
they-
the reputation of
They
Chandradel.
are good at keeping secrets because the Empire still doesn't know where their mining worlds are.
So, first of all, Gwyn has said to me that, she's a representative of Chandra's. That kind of contact doesn't happen by accident. So I would be trusting her. So I guess that's how I'm considering the room private enough.
You can consider anything what you will, and that is your decision to make. But what I would leave you with to consider from now until the day that you take your last breath was that when you are involved in the schemes of great men, women, and everything else I've never tried, all you are is a pawn. One day you will be sacrificed, and they will choose that for the greater good of whatever cause they have. Do not give them more ammo. Just to use you. Be careful, always. You cannot trust anyone, even if they are a trusted friend.
I consider that wise advice.
We somehow have some very
Circular
recent.
Oh, yeah, no, I know that I can't 1000% trust Chandradel, and I don't trust her. But I do know that she's got a mission for us, and I do know that my job from Captain Dom is to help her out. So I'm going to find out what she needs to do.
Simpleton. I've heard about it.
Well, he's all about family. It does make things
He's
a bit
always
repetitive
obsessed with
sometimes.
family. He never has any hair, and for some reason, he just cruises around in these death trap vehicle spaceships, and I don't understand. He gets up to these wacky antics and hijinks of, like, dragging safes through towns. It doesn't make any sense.
Seems to be really lucky, though, because he's not dead yet.
Yeah.
I'll watch the message.
Okay, so you get a hologram image of an attractive but intense-looking woman with brown hair. You recognize it as Chandra with her hair coloured.
Mm-hmm.
Because hey, she was looking iconic with the red hair previously in the region.
Yep.
And she says, "I'm Chandra Randell, captain of the freighter Stars of Elrood. I am a main contact here in the sector. To keep it short, Elrood isn't a place where folks like us are welcome. Keep your affiliations quiet. When you complete your mission for Randell, report in here. If you run into trouble, forward a message to me, but be discreet. There are all kinds of nosy people in this part of space. If you catch me," she says. "Be careful, because I don't have the people to come in and save you if you get into trouble. I've got my own missions, so I may not be here for a while."
Echoing Feather, just a few moments before.
Something tells me that that very, very handsome woman has never been caught a day in that lie.
Because that's how good she is.
Something can tell me that whenever she does get caught, it's because she wants to. And
Yep.
yeah, she does a good job. All right. Does she go on to say what the mission is?
Okay. Basically, you're here to, it's all in text, saying that you're
Yep.
here to meet with a representative of Randell called Jameth Todkal.
Jameth.
Yep.
And last name again?
Todkal.
Todd Kell.
Todkal.
I feel like he's going to look like Ken Barbie, but
And he's on the 28th floor of the building.
28th floor. And that's it, just meet with him?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
And you find that you've got a set of blank identity cards that will match your profile after you activate them.
We will activate the identity cards and go up to the 28th floor.
That sounds hardcore like a Amish name. Jameth? What kind of name is that?
Okay.
Yeah, very, very Amish.
After the quiet of the conference room, you step out into the lobby, which is buzzing with activity, as you see humans and aliens scurrying across the marbled hall on urgent errands. Of course, their business is far more important than the people who they're trying to push out of their way.
Yeah.
Really
missing my armor right now.
Dozens of security guards oversee the room, alert for trouble. And these guys definitely don't look as competent as the Alderaanian guards. And they look a little more trigger happy too. Beyond the lobby is a great hallway adorned with statues, hollow art and elegant wall coverings. At the end of this hallway are large ornate turbo lifts decorated with crystal. The tan and blue Randell Mining corporate logo is splashed everywhere, from tiled floor to the doorways, even on the gaudy waste containers.
I'll take a moment to look up and go, ooh, shiny.
Probably the most lively we've seen Elrood the whole time we've been here.
Yeah, definitely.
You normally not come into corporate space.
And
Yeah.
of course, this is not Elrood. This is a corporate space on Elrood.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And this is the biggest corporation in Elrood.
Mm.
They technically own most of the sector.
Oh yeah, because we're in the Randell city.
Not in their city,
in
in their corporate building
Office
in
in the
Elrood,
city, yeah.
Elrood.
Oh, we did. Okay, yeah.
Because they house their people away, but they have their
They're corporate offices.
I feel
Corporate
like this was named by a Gungan though.
Elrood.
And as you get to the turbo lift, you're greeted by a droid who says, "Welcome, my name is CE4T25. How may I be of service for you today?"
We have a meeting.
Well, you could turn down the volume about 50%. Calm down.
I'm sorry, sir, but my volume controls are not available to the public.
Can I get the droid's number again?
It is CE4T25.
CE4.
Geez, at least buy him a drink first.
I say, greetings CE4T25. We have a meeting with Mr. Todka.
Let me just scan your identity cards and I will confirm all appointments before opening the door for you.
I will show him my brand new identity card.
That is definitely yours the whole time.
Absolutely, I've had it for
brand
ages.
new, yeah.
I've even kind of rubbed it against my pants a little bit to try and give it a bit of wear. And
He scans it and scans you, and then you can hear the sound of a modem going off in his head.
beep, bang, bang.
I was gonna say, does it sound like? Yeah, does it sound like dial-up noises?
It does sound like dial-up noises going. It's definitely not droid speak. He's doing some sort of communication handshaking with the network.
I feel like I need to take him out for some droid replenishment at some point because it sounds like he needs it.
It's probably good here.
Oh, yeah.
There it is.
Along those lines, yes. And
Oh, yeah, no, not to. Hearing aid.
after the noises stop, his eyes light back up again, and he says, "Meeting approved. Please proceed to into this turbo lift. Please leave no baggage behind, and keep your hands inside the vehicle at all times."
Oh, God, the jokes I could make about the baggage, but let's go.
No sure.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that comes.
I have so much trauma, though. It'd be convenient to leave it here.
I'm sorry, but I am not trained in psychological assessments.
Yeah, neither am I. Let's go.
And so he starts playing elevator music out of his chassis that sounds like 8-bit music.
I put in a request for Nightwish from the early 2000s and 10s.
Okay, so you get this really awkward beeping, stuttering stuff coming through because, hey, he doesn't actually have the range to do proper music.
Yeah.
That was
it's entertaining.
That was technically a joke, and
sure
I give an apologetic look to anyone who's suffering now. Should have asked for some.
I'll take you off from that anyone.
Okay, so as the...
I even think it's the bad recorder version then.
Should have asked for dubstep.
Celine Dion's dubstep. Got it.
So the doors are open on the 28th floor. You seem to have been given an express route, which is not
Nice.
bad. Obviously, whoever you're going to has some pull. And you step out of the turbo lift. A short man wearing a stylish suit comes up to you from the third door on the right. Rather specific. "Welcome, my name is Jameth Todkal. I am pleased you could make it."
Pleased to meet you, Mr. Todkal.
He looks wiry, but physically fit, with premature graying hinting at the stress of his job inflicting upon him. But he's enthusiastic and very animated. "Please follow me to the private room where we can discuss matters."
We'll follow him.
Obviously doesn't sound like a normal boring executive.
Yes.
I feel a little bit of relief at this because
He has a jaunty walk as he turns and leads you into what appears to be a very Spartan room where his entire personality fills the space.
I'm getting images of Vince McMahon
I have
strutting,
Yeah.
large and in charge.
I'm sure he walks like this.
I have friends who really deeply appreciate that reference.
So a dark wooden table surrounded by a score of marked chairs dominate the chamber. A window fills one wall, offering a splendid view of the park and city beyond. As the last one gets in, he does this dramatic push of the button to shut the door.
Of course, it doesn't really need such a big dramatic action, but he does it anyway. As then he does the shuffle step to the head of the table.
Yeah.
Of course, not awkward at all. He asks you to take a seat as he's standing.
Is there enough seats for everyone?
There are enough seats
It's a
for 5 people.
conference table? Yep.
Which is one person stands and gives the whole presentation, which is him.
Okay.
So, he says, as you may know, my company has entered in an agreement with the True Striker. I was trying to remember the name.
Yep, sorry.
With the True Striker Network. This is due to actions of a company called Imperium Mining Limited. IML recently started a corporate war against us. IML-sponsored agents have sabotaged our facilities, attacked scout ships, and in the last 2 weeks, 3 separate facilities have been bombed. Boo. Security is tight here because we fully expect another bombing, possibly right here at our headquarters. IML has close contact with Moff Andel, so our requests for an investigation into these incidents have been ignored.
Did you say Moff?
Yeah, Moff Andel. You've met him. He's a pompous dick.
Yes, he was.
And
Yeah.
Yep.
We've lost almost all of our scouting crews. Our agreement with the True Strikers is simple. Your scouts search for new mining worlds, and we secretly deliver you 10% of the refined metal.
Right, so this is pretty important to the Mandalorian clan.
The first group we had working for us was an experienced team called the Grey Griffins, who you remember because you worked with them. So they disappeared. You've been sent here to rescue and secure Alluvia, a new world they discovered. Before I bring in Perek, who can explain what happened in greater detail, I'll answer any questions you have.
Well, there's the other person who's going to give us more detail.
Perek, yes.
Yeah, is
You know him, you worked with him.
I presume the details he's going to give us are probably going to answer all our questions, so... Because my kind of questions would be like, where did these attacks take place? Dates, times, last communications, anything that might lead to a lead to tracking down the Grey Griffins. Sorry.
Says, well, Perek will be the one who can answer.
Yeah, I presume that. So I don't have any direct questions to Jameth. I presume his role is merely to hand us over to Perek.
He does let you know that the current Star Destroyer orbiting is known as the Brazen, and it has been assigned to the sector to investigate pirates.
Do you happen to know if the pirates they're investigating are linked to Hondo?
He does not know. They may
Okay.
also be linked to the pirate fleet known as the Scourge.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry.
And just so David, for David's information, the Scourge
Yes.
of as a pirate fleet existed in the RPG world long before they came up with the concept for the droid Scourge.
Gotcha.
Probably about 30 years beforehand.
Yep.
And there's probably about there are 5 actual the Scourges in the setting.
Yeah. Well, it's a big universe. It's a big galaxy. You're going to come up with the same name every now and again.
Especially when it's a generic
Bada
name.
bing, bada boom.
Okay, so he calls in Perek, who comes in. He's a short alien, about 1.5 meters tall. He's bald, with low ridge of spines covering his head and tapering down his back. His skin is bronze and hardened, with 3 gill slits on each side of his neck.
So does that make him? I've forgotten what the species is now. Fish species.
Just seeing if I actually have.
Come on, guys, we should know our species.
The one with the galaxy eyes?
No,
Okay, the picture does not resemble any specific species.
Can I have a look?
He's the one at the head of the table.
Oh no, he doesn't. Yeah, okay, not what I was thinking at all.
Oh yeah, that's not one that we know.
Safe to call him a fish-like species, I guess.
An aquatic species would be the
Okay,
best
an
term
aquatic
for it.
species.
So as 1996, it predates episodes 1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
The episodes that we're going to talk about.
What was the planet that we needed to
The planet that was mentioned was was basically associated with Chandra, not to where you were going. He wanted you to go to Alluvia.
Alluvia, that's it. That's what I wanted, Alluvia. Yep, okay, cool. So Parak comes in. He has details.
I was just checking to see where Alluvia is listed on the actual planetary systems. Well, that's one of those nice things of it's not actually listed anywhere. So hey, I've got to figure out where I put it. Okay, so
Next time, when we're actually heading there.
so it's actually through the drift.
Oh, we've been through the drift before. That's been
It's a
fun.
different part of. So he explains the Griffin successfully navigated a safe route through the drift while making several micro hyperspace jumps. They located a new world, Alluvia, and performed preliminary scouting survey. The world looked very promising. Initial scans showed high levels of valuable metals. However, things quickly took a turn for the worst. Shortly after the Griffins left Alluvia, they were ambushed by a pirate band. Their ship, the Whisper, which they
Yep.
served on, was disabled by iron cannon blasts by several skip ray blast boats, and a space barge closed in on the Whisper and boarded the vessel, capturing the team. During the battle, Parak noticed a huge containing ship floating in the drift. He doesn't know what the pirates were using it for, since these bulky and clumsy ships make lousy war vessels. Parak was pushed into a blast boat while the other members of the team were loaded onto the space barge. The blast boat jumped to the Elrood system, where they gave him the ransom demand of 250,000 credits and forced him into an escape pod. He was soon rescued by an Elrood system patrol ship, but the pirates got away. He doesn't know what became of his ship, but it contains the astrogation coordinates to reach Alluvia. He can provide a general heading, but until they get the coordinates, it's almost impossible to reach the planet. Unfortunately, it could take weeks to plot a new course from scratch, and by then Imperium Mining will have a rig up and running and have the planet to themselves. You must somehow find the Whisper. He suggests that they head into the drift and locate the pirate band. If they find the pirates, they could be able to locate the Grey Griffins and then the Whisper. And with the coordinates, they can get to Alluvia. Yes, do you have any questions you want to ask?
Yes. Can I think of all of them right now? No.
You can always have a scene later on where you ask questions
Yep.
and have them answered at that point, which is good when you have games where you can say, previously we had this discussion, here's where I asked this question.
I will take that offer, unless anyone else wants to ask some questions right now.
No,
It's a good thing about a role-playing game, it doesn't have to be linear. I remember this discussion.
it's like the TV series Designated Survivor. Previously on Designated Survivor.
Yeah.
Previously on 24.
And the good thing about that is like, oh, something's popped up we forgot to ask about. Yeah, yes, we had this discussion. I remember it well. So yes, after the wrap-up of him talking about it, you hear a piercing wail of an alarm that stops further discussion. The intercom and video screens come to life. A rough-looking man smiles at the camera. Good afternoon, employees of Randell Mining Corporation. My name is Adir Koinat. You don't know me, but I have a wonderful surprise in store for you. In 20 minutes or so, a concealed bomb will level this building. That should supply you with an interesting couple of minutes, unless you can locate the bombs. Good luck! And then a smiley face appears.
Oh my gosh.
I still have my lost cats with me because I said I had them.
Yep.
Depending on what everyone else does, my plan is to immediately tell them to seek.
And while you're doing that, you see Jemeth on the intercom calling Imperial authorities.
Yep.
And he reports back as you're giving your cats instructions that it's going to take them 40 minutes to get here.
Yeah, I will let Jemeth know that I've set my cats to seek and that they do have experience in finding explosives.
Okay, so...
Unless anyone else has really good experience at finding explosives.
Okay, so he gives you access to their security, their computer terminal, and saying if you can help, he'll take all the help he can get.
I don't want to explode.
Okay, so who wants to make a computer check to see if they can figure out where this bomb may be?
Who's got good computers?
Hang on 2 seconds. Martin, is the R2 unit with us? Or the R3 or whatever it is?
He's
No, it's R2. R2's gone. This isn't...
Yeah.
that was actual... That was Space R2. Cool
that was
R2.
Space R2.
I've got one.
Yeah, that was main character guy.
I've got 1 yellow and 4 green.
1 yellow, 3 green.
So does
2 yellow, 2 green. Rank 2.
So you got 3 yellow, Mark?
2 yellow, 2 green. I got rank 2.
Okay, and how many does Brum Brum have?
1 yellow, 4 green.
Okay, so technically,
If
Ash and Brum Brum Crash work together, they would end up with 3 yellow, 2 green, and a blue.
Cost.
You want me to pick them up?
No, it's just dropping and then going to catch it automatically. Just my radial nerve is giving me a lot of shit tonight. What am I against?
Okay, so it will be... as you work, you can bring up a schematic of the building, showing the where most of the stuff can be found.
Yep.
Which is basically a pyramid. You don't really need to worry too much about that. It shows an apex, management suites, visitor accommodation, general offices on the ground level. And as you are searching for obvious things to go to, I will make it a 3 purple, 2 purple. Check.
2 purple?
2 purple check. Some things aren't difficult if you are logical.
I was gonna say one of those would count out that one.
Okay, so having
You guys are good at what you do.
having a good look at what the system's doing, you realise that the clues of store and supply in his statement lead you to the ground storage wing as the only major storage area of the building, narrowing down where he could actually have placed the bomb based on his threat in less than 2 minutes of the 20-minute time you had.
Thank God. Okay, so we gotta get
I
there.
was gonna say this also could be a place where the cats are able to pin down the exact spot.
Okay, so as you get into the hallway, there's a lot of panicked people here. This is where someone can make a leadership check to bring people under sway.
That is either you or me, because
I got 2 ranks in leadership.
let's see, where's
Oh.
my leadership?
But I only have 2 yellow. I don't have any greens.
I've got 2 yellow, 1 green.
You're a better one.
Okay.
You could help me.
No, mine doesn't do anything.
Oh, yeah.
Roleplay, I would help you.
So that would be against 4 purple.
2 yellow, 1 green, 4 purple. Shit, I really do need help.
Wait.
Though with Mark's character, they're supporting you. You actually get a bonus if I look at it correctly.
Ah, Ash. I knew there's a reason for him, even without his gun.
Where is it?
Hey?
I've got 3.
The leadership have only got 2 ranks. That's all.
I've got 3.
But-
3 green.
If you're tall and burly and strong looking,
If I have commanding presence, which falls under cool, this is a different skill entirely. Would that
Which
affect
one?
this
Commanding
roll?
presence?
It's commanding
cool.
presence, but it's under cool. It's a different skill, so would that affect her roll or no?
Commanding presence would help if you were the one doing it, but
Since I'm not the one doing it, okay.
and because it
and you've
falls
got
under
intimidating. I'm happy to give you an extra blue from Ash standing there, just looking intimidating,
cool. Right.
and that also no other changes. That's
Okay,
the roll.
so that's correct dice.
I'm sure the force will be with you.
Oh, well, one of them's blank. Sorry, I'll let you sort. Ah.
Okay, so you struggle to get to the lifts, blocked by quite a lot of people.
This is
But
where you take over with your
You
commanding
manage to
presence.
get the attention of the security team.
Yep.
And that means you get to roll again.
Oh.
But this time, as they seem to be getting some instructions from the guy who we were just talking to.
Jemeth?
Jemeth, yes.
Yep.
Remembering names is not great for me.
Well, that's why if I write them down, I have more chance.
And this time it is on 2 purple instead of 4 purple.
2
because
purple. How many yellow was it again?
It was 2
2.
yellows and a green and a blue. Because now you've got the banking of the security trying to get you to the lift.
2 failures, 2 successes, 3 successes, 2 threats. Down to 1 threat.
Okay, so I'm going to say that with the threat, one of you doesn't get on the lift. Who doesn't get on the lift? Who says it that they don't get on
I
the
was
lift?
going to say, if the cats are going to be in any use, I probably need to be with the cats. So probably not me.
I'm asking for the person to claim to be the person who doesn't make it to the lift.
Yep. Okay. Cool.
Me, Ash.
Okay.
Okay.
So Mr. Intimidating is so intimidating he forgets to get into the lift as the door shut.
Or
I
maybe
think
he's
I'm
protecting our backs.
I do it for the team. I'm doing it for the team.
That was why I was asking for volunteer player
Okay, yeah,
instead
fair
of making someone else choose for them.
Yep. Oh, I wasn't. I was just like, I would, but I think I might need to be there.
Okay, so with the assistance of security, you managed to get the express all the way down to the ground floor. And Ash rushes to the emergency stairs and starts fighting his way down 28 flights of stairs.
You're going to go bowling with people.
Supposedly.
He's going to make an athletics check.
What's the dice for that?
Oh, cool. Oh, I've got my little thing. Hang on, let me. Ash. I've got some athletics.
He has
Only
1
rank.
yellow, 2 green, and 1 blue.
Blue, yep.
And he's going up against
Someone up to doing
2
the
purple.
dice rolls.
Yep.
2 purple.
2 purple. Yep. Okay. Yep.
Sorry, this has been a bit much for my. You got enough room in there? 1 blank.
That's okay.
That worked out really well.
Apparently, you don't take too long to get down there. It will just take you about 10 minutes to get down the stairs.
Fortuitous fortune.
Which is not
Perfect time.
bad considering you're pushing your way through lots and lots of people. And for
Get out my road. Get out the road.
And while you're getting down there, the others have reached the floor. They're at 4 of the 20 minutes for the bomb to go off, and you've reached ground level. It only takes you another minute to cross the floor to the storage wing.
Wow, the timing really puts some anticipation in there, doesn't it?
And it takes you another 2 minutes to get into the door because it's not a fast-moving door into security. It's not designed for emergency access.
Mm-hmm.
So walking into the storage wing itself, you're there basically with roughly about 14 minutes remaining until it goes boom. Okay, so this point, not sure where to go. The cats start hunting for you, so you get to make a combined perception check.
Right. Where's my perception? Sometimes I wish this would go in alphabetical order. Here we go. I think it's 1 yellow, 1 green, 1 blue, 2 white.
I can check for you.
Where are the white dice? Can you grab the white dice for me?
Do you want me to roll?
Okay, so I said you
Yeah.
can combine it because all of you are there. So if someone else has more skill in it, they
I
can
do.
add yellow
Yep.
dice.
I will.
How much
we-
skill do you have in perception?
I have 2.
You have 2, so you can replace the green with,
With
a
yellow.
yellow. And does anyone have
It was 2
I've
white.
got a yellow and 2 green.
And because you've at least got, you can add an extra green to the one. And where is the difficulty?
Wait. Why is there an extra white?
2 white. I've got
you have 2 white.
1 and 2.
So it is 3
No,
purple.
1, 2 and 2.
Yep.
And I'll add 2 blue for the cats.
Okay.
Okay.
So, yeah, my original roll was 1 yellow, 1 green, 2 blue, 2 white. So we might be
I don't
down
know.
1 blue.
Well, GM rolled it. GM doesn't always roll well for people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so...
Yeah, I was going to say that's the easy one.
Okay, so...
I was going to say I still haven't figured out what all the white ones mean. Oh. Oh,
Okay,
could be
so-
worse.
Taking you... of your 14 minutes remaining, it takes you 4 minutes to find the box that seems to be listed as inspected by Elrood Security Port Authority. It has been unloaded recently,
So it was
but it's
which
missing
port
the
security?
it is missing the inspection plate.
Elroodian Port Security.
And you notice that it is currently being held by a B1 worker droid. Though their version of the B1 worker droid looks like this.
Oh, wow.
It's not a B1 battle droid, it's a B1 worker
droid.
They are
Yeah.
completely different models.
They are.
So for David's view, here is what the official
B1 worker droid
B1
looks
worker
like.
droid
Oh,
looks.
yeah, yep. That's cool.
Which means that they have less of a brain than even to the remote-controlled B1 droids did.
Mm.
They do not have the capacity to communicate even simple phrases.
And yet, simple phrases were impossible. However, one true thing continues. The spirit of all B1s will always be able to acknowledge an order with Roger, Roger.
Okay, so it seems to be continually moving this box around the storage area.
I order it to stop.
It does not seem to be listening to you. Give me a... it would probably be a choice of leadership, negotiation, or coercion, depending on how you want to approach it.
I'm friend to all droids, but which one am I stronger in? Leadership was...
Or you could just make a computer check to try to disable it.
If anyone's going to make a computer check, it's not me, probably.
It would be me.
I'm 1 and 3, but yeah.
Because you're still 2 minutes away
Yep.
from Ash reaching the ground floor.
So if it doesn't respond to me, then do you step in and do a computer check?
Sure.
What's your...
1 yellow, 4 green.
4 green. So I was, I think, 1 yellow, 3 green, so 4 green's much better. Yeah, 4. against Martin.
Okay, so it would be against 3 purple.
3 purple. Oh, damn. If you grab another purple, I will.
There you go.
I thought you were getting up to roll for me.
Yep.
Nice.
Good enough.
So that works out to be quite a bit to your advantage. Okay, it stops and lowers the box in front of you without chewing up any excess time. So you still got 10 minutes remaining. Whereas every threat would have taken time.
Another minute, yeah.
And it also moves away from you, giving you space. So you knew exactly what to say.
Who knows how to
And looking at the box, it has a lock on it.
Ooh.
It is skullduggery
Yeah, I
to
was gonna-
break in.
Not me.
I've got 3 green.
I have 1 yellow, 2 green.
2 yellow, that's it. What
What
about Ash and Feather?
Well,
Ash
Ash
is
is
Nope.
not with us.
Nope.
that's right.
on
Ash is
Skullduggery,
on
no.
the stairs.
And Feather
Thank you.
currently doesn't have his full character build.
Okay, alright.
Technically, isn't 2 yellow better than... No.
She can add to the skill, you can add to the dice pool.
Yeah.
So that means you can have 2 yellow and a green to try to
Yeah,
break
let's
it
do
open.
that.
2 yellow and a green against.
Against 1 purple.
Oh. I was all worried about
You
Well, I
can
don't
do
tell you what the
this.
difficulty is until you're about to roll it.
Here, I'm gonna roll a different green. I got through.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you want me to get it?
Okay, so you just happen to touch the lock in the perfect way that just pops open, taking absolutely no time
Nice.
whatsoever.
Yeah, that's when you're just... Yeah, no, I karate chop it open.
And the lid itself does not set the bomb off as it opens.
Yeah, that's lucky. And
That's when you-
disarm, is that
Wait, no,
the
that's when you do the ASMR thing.
same?
Okay, looking inside it, you see several charges of detonite attached to a timer fuse, which is powered by a blaster power pack. One wire runs from the bomb to the timer fuse, a second wire links the timer fuse to the power pack. And it shows that you only have 9 whole minutes remaining to disarm this bomb, which feels like an eternity for most bomb people.
So,
Because
skullduggery
A lot of times you find it with seconds remaining.
Did you say 7 charges?
Multiple charges.
Multiple charges,
several charges of
Yeah.
detonite. I didn't say a specific number.
Yeah, several, multiple. Yeah, that's okay. Multiple. Okay, and is it again the same for disarming?
And looking at it, you're able to quickly determine that the power levels indicated on it from the power pack says that the timer relates to when the pack runs out of power.
Okay.
So basically, it's got a countdown for how long until it runs out of power.
Yeah, when it runs out
and
of
then
power,
it's
it
just-
goes off.
yeah,
Oh,
then it goes
okay,
boom.
okay.
is it like a mechanics check to disarm?
I was gonna say,
or-
that falls under... Disabling a trap is under skullduggery. Mechanics is...
You could possibly
And,
argue mechanics.
eBay just sorry,
Yeah.
not eBay. Brum Brum Crash looks at it and just says that if you attach a new power pack to it, it will just reset the timer.
Yeah.
It's a very simple explosive
'Cause
device.
I've got-
It's the sort of thing you would make as a science experiment.
'cause
Oh, so
I've
just do what I
got
did with my phone and
3
put
yellow,
a charger
Yes.
on it.
2 green, 2 blue.
Okay.
Are you suggesting we don't need to roll for that? His knowledge just tells us that?
knowledge, because he's got ranks in
Yep.
education, he has certain knowledges
Yep.
that bypass certain.
So you can
abilities.
just tell us that, and we can just plug in a new power pack if we've
Yep.
got one, or
Someti-
race to get one.
Sometimes I'll give you a roll to see if you can roll a triumph. Other times I'll just simply give you information based on your skills.
Do we have power pack? Are there power packs nearby?
I believe you even have an ability that you can pull a mundane item out of your pocket.
Yep, I think I do. I pull out a power pack.
Okay.
A fully charged power pack.
Absolutely. It's got like 20,000 hours on it.
Okay, so it will be a mechanics roll to attach it successfully.
3 yellow, 2 green, 2 blue.
Yeah, you go ahead and do that one.
Against Martin.
Wait for him.
It is
I'm just putting the
against
dice together.
1 purple.
Oh, sorry.
I just thought you'd find it amusing because
It
sometimes
is.
I'll give you the roll to see just how good or poorly you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's a good
He lucked out.
you can get around our
He lucked out.
panicking by just having us get our dice first and
Yeah.
then giving us the difficulty.
Yeah.
Which is how most of these things should be done.
Yes.
Because if you say the difficulty first, it sort of...
Yeah, it influences
It's
it.
uphill.
Okay, so before anyone even notices, eBay. Keep saying your character's name
Brum.
because I've typed it in a few times over the last few days.
Because you've had to, yeah.
So Brum Brum Crash just basically whips the power thing in there without even a blink. The numbers roll back to 59 minutes and 59 seconds and doesn't start counting down.
Misa, that good.
You realise it's probably going to have more than a day's worth of charge before it starts counting down.
Been waiting 3 hours.
Can I comms to Ash to communicate to Gemeth that the situation is under control? and
At which
that
point
Danny can
Ash
stop?
comes into the room.
I tell Ash to take a break.
No. Tell him to head back up.
Okay, what are you going to do?
Well, according to Kayana, you need to get your fitness levels up. So go back up to Gemeth. Tell him the situation's under control and to put an announcement up
And
that.
as you're doing that, there's a sound of gunfire.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah.
Come on, it's not
This
fair.
bomb was
Why
too
do I-
simple.
Why is a gunfire
It's
without
a
me with my big
distraction.
gun? It's not fair, man. It's really not fair. This should be when Mark picks up his gun, there's gunfire. That's more the way we should do it. But hey, that's okay.
Look, to be honest, I'd love to have a gun on me as well.
So amusingly, as you were supposed to struggle attempting to figure out this bomb, someone was supposed to interrupt you, but you were so quick at it, he didn't get the chance to interrupt you. So he shoots as the person comes into the room because he still thinks you're still working on the device.
Because Misa, that good.
Yeah, no, we're down there like high-fiving each other, like, yeah, cool, done. And
Yeah.
he's just like,
Assume it's against me, is it, or against
my
the-
dramatic entrance.
Okay, so he shoots trying to hit Ash rushing into the room because hey, he looks like the biggest threat amongst you. Because how smart could a Gungan actually be for this guy?
Oh, Ash, not Brum Brum.
He shoots at Ash.
Me-
Yes.
Yeah.
Misa says,
It hits Ash, doesn't it?
No, he does not. He gets an entire advantage on his attack on you. He and you see him with 3 other people dressed in conspicuous black.
I think it's time to use our martial arts.
And they after taking multiple shots at the group and only signaling where he is.
I was going to say, does this mean we're facing Men in Black?
or
No.
does this mean we're kung fu fighting?
Oh, yeah. You know.
Oh,
I feel like
I'm
there
gonna
should
put
be
myself
cats,
mute now.
pirates, and
Okay.
Nah,
pizza.
mute now.
Okay, so they basically turn and run after shooting.
These could be the pirates. This could be cats, pirates, and all we need is pizza.
Mm.
Because we've got the loth cats.
Can I try to chase and tackle one?
You can. So that will be your character making a athletics roll.
What do we need for that?
What is marked athletics?
Is
Just got it.
1 yellow, 2 green, 1 blue.
One yellow,
sorry.
2 green, 1 blue.
You don't get to roll because you're the G.
Well, I'm looking up what I'm trying to put
Yeah.
the dice pool together.
Oh, okay, cool. I'm just very wary of you rolling for others because it always goes well for you.
I just
and
thought,
not
I
so much
thought
for
being
everyone
the
else.
closest to them, I might be able to catch one of them, that's all.
Do you wish to use a story point to give you an advantage?
Go for it.
100%.
Okay. The idea.
I want to do this, the flying tackle I'm looking for.
generally the idea for the story points is only one person in the group should do it,
Yep.
not the GM and the party.
Yep.
So if the GM does it, the party shouldn't. If the party
Yeah.
does it, the GM shouldn't. Otherwise, the points don't matter.
Yeah.
Now, if I pull this off,
Who wants to do
I want
the
Kiara
roll?
to apologise to me after this. Okay. So,
Yeah, there's a bit of there.
Okay, so you end up with... so you tackle one of the black figures. That the guy who seemed to be leading, he managed to get away from you.
I'll put him in a... I'm not sure if I can grapple him
Do
in
I
some sort
at
of way. I'm
least
not sure.
have a knife on me?
Give me a moment.
Yep. Cool. I just wanted to try movement in reaction to.
Okay, so I am now going to ask for a group initiative.
Okay.
Or we can simply say that as it is 11:15, we leave it with Mark bringing the person down.
Yes.
And next session we find out what happens, whether you catch all of them or they get away.
Yes.
But,
We'll go with that. 'Cause it is
But
quarter
I'd like to
11.
put the placeholder of holding
I
initiative. 'cause
I
like
had
to
something to this.
catch them.
Catch them all, get away. Pokemon. Okay,
Yeah.
done.
We've got to catch them all.
There, okay. Thank you, Martin.
So I will put it to end credits and chat to you after.